Hello, welcome to the Blitz with AZ and Fitz, Week 14 edition. We have a huge show, packed show, a lot of crazy action going on this week. It wasn't split up like last week with the Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and then the Sunday games. There was some crazy action this week. But before we get into anything, before we start into anything, I got to address what the hell is going on with your shirt, AZ. You look a mess. You don't look right to me. Did you get jumped?
Oh man, it's a long story, man. Just a month ago, I was riding high, top of the AFC, looking down upon everyone else. And then life comes at you fast, man.
That
We
it
hit rock
does.
bottom. We lose what, four of the last five games. I lost track, man. I haven't had a shower in a couple of days. This is the only clean shirt I had, and honestly, it's been more than just a shirt. I don't want to tell you what these stains are, but just know it is more than just a shirt that I had to use this for. But
You've been living
I,
on the
let- I s-
street?
oh man, I've been living everywhere. I spent the last couple of dollars in my account, and got me some pick me up juice. I've been making it last the whole day, but
I mean,
I
what
figured.
what do you have left to live for at this point?
Honestly, brother, I don't know, but this pick me up juice keeps me going, and I guess we could just little rinky dink podcast. I mean, I did sign the contract, so let me just take a sip of this, and we can get the show started.
We get it on the roll. All right. Well, get your buzz on, and we can, I think, just go ahead and roll on some of these topics. I think it's necessary, not necessary, but I think it's fitting that we start with the Colts and the Jaguars. I think that's a
Yeah.
good place to start. The Lions Cowboys was on Thursday, but we got to address this situation. This is a situation, man. And honestly, before we go, I'll let you start in because I know this is your team. This is important to you, and I want you to know, you have my sincere, heartfelt sorrows. And I prepared a little something here, candlelight visual, while you do your thing. I'll give you a moment of silence.
Ah, man, talk about the worst of the worst happening. Daniel Jones playing on one leg, and he ends up breaking the other leg because he's trying to compensate for the one leg. I mean, we got off to a pretty bad start. Daniel Jones throws an interception to start off the game. Not the best way to start the game. Jags go down and score. We do answer right back. And then everything just falls apart for us, man. Daniel Jones gets hurt. And we put in our rookie quarterback. Because I know you probably forgot about him, but he's still on IR because he hurt his eyeball in pre-warm-ups a couple weeks ago.
He hurt.
So
Are you
he's
serious? I didn't even hear
yeah,
it. He hurt his eyeball. Okay, sure.
his
He's wearing
his
an eye
eye
patch.
from I don't know what he's
I mean,
got
his
going on,
initials
but
are R.
yeah. So yeah, he got hurt, and so we had to rely on basically our last quarterback choice, which is a rookie. And he did the best he could, man. Props to him. But the Jaguars put belt to ass today, and we took a real good beating. At this point, season's pretty much over for us, man. Ain't much left. We're down so bad. We brought in Grandpa Rivers with 10 kids, 44 years old,
Straight off the
off the
couch.
streets, right off the couch, off the streets. I talk about being off the street. They could have signed me at this point, but yeah, man, the worst of the worst happened. We went from potential Super Bowl, runner-ups for the AFC to thinking about how we're gonna draft next year and what's the plan going forward, man. I mean, I feel bad for Jones because he's playing basically for his NFL future because he was on a one-year deal at this point, and maybe we'll bring him back because he did pretty well this year for us, and I'd like to see him get a full season with us and actually finish the season. But yeah, talk about the worst of the worst happening, man. It's probably the last time we talk about the Colts for the rest of the year. To be honest, ain't much else to say, man. Unless we'll probably talk about him next week. I'm not gonna lie. We gotta see what Rivers does. If he does something crazy, we'll talk about it. If he looks terrible, then we'll save you all the suffering, man. We're not gonna bring him up probably for the rest of the year, honestly. But it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna blow this out now so I don't start a fire.
appreciate it. Keep us in your prayers, please.
I extinguished the flame just so as the Colts' hope season also extinguishes. Yeah, I felt shitty about this. No, you never want this to happen. I hate quarterback injuries. And I know the Colts were not exactly on a hot streak. Let's be honest, they may have not won this game anyway.
No, it didn't look like it.
8-5, they're still in position to get things together. You got your star running back. And you're talking about draft capital, man. You guys really may have effed up with that Sauce Gardner thing. In retrospect, you look back at that, and that does not put you in prime position to necessarily get better. But I have a hot take about this. I have a hot take about a possible solution for you guys. And I don't even know if I totally agree with it myself. But just as a way to give back for your pain, I think I come up with something interesting. As for the game itself, in my take, really it begins and ends with the injury. A non-contact injury, Daniel Jones drops back, and that's the season. Unbelievable. I don't know. Have you seen anything like that? Just dropping back on a play and you...
No, not like that, man.
Your Achilles or whatever blows up. ACL, what was it?
Yeah, his Achilles. No, yeah. No, not like that. Not from a drop back. I mean, we saw Rodgers when he was scrambling, trying to avoid the blitz, and his Achilles
but that was a contact injury. There was somebody on him putting weight down.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you see that more like in basketball, non-contact injuries where players just push off their leg and their Achilles just snaps and they just fall on the floor, grimacing in pain. But, I mean, my guess is because he was just favoring that one leg because his other leg was pretty much already broken and now he has no legs to stand on. I'm sorry, that's a bad joke. That's a terrible
Too soon?
Joke. Too soon. But, yeah, man, no, I think he was just compensating for that one leg to try to avoid injuring it further. And he just ended up tearing his Achilles. And you hate to see that because, he's, like I said, he's playing for his NFL future at this point. But we made some dumb plays. I mean, there was one play where we did a shotgun run from fourth down. Like, we should have did that when it was third and short. Like, why we would hand it off from shotgun formation on fourth down to try to get the first down. It was just, like, stupid play calling like that. And the Jaguars just beat our ass, man. And our defense can only do so much, but when your offense isn't really helping you, and you keep putting you out there, you're gonna eventually crack open, and we got our ass beat.
Like the Achilles. Oh, sorry, too soon.
too soon. Damn it. But yeah, man, we A for effort. I'll give them that.
Yeah, the Jags are now in control of their own destiny. Who would have thought? I mean, the way you guys started, what was it, 7-1? I mean, almost 8-0 or something, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
I mean, very nearly beat the Rams. Oh man, you look back at that game. How much would that have changed things in the NFC? That's crazy. Ultimately, I don't know how much it would have changed the Colts' fortunes if this would have ended up happening anyway. I don't know that I necessarily see Phillip Rivers doing much. It's going to be super interesting. We're going to talk about that for sure next week because I'm just curious. I'm morbid curiosity. This may go down as one of. It may be too soon for this.
But it may craziest turnarounds.
Collapse in season collapses. Yeah. But because of the injury, they may not think of it that way. It's not like Daniel Jones is finishing the season and they collapsed, but they were kind of trending
in that direction.
Yeah.
We were. It's just like every week something worse happens and the worst of the worst happens. Now we have no quarterback. And, yeah, like I said, the season's over for us, man. Like, we'll see what Rivers does. I have, like, zero expectation. I mean, I'm basically back to where we started preseason, where I had zero expectation of us doing anything. So, basically, this is how I kind of expected the season to play out. But, with some optimism thrown in, us going, 7-1 and top of the AFC South, way ahead of everyone else in the South. And Jaguars, props to them. They caught up. But, yeah, it's just Colts. I mean, you're a Colts fan. You're kind of used to shit hitting the ceiling, and the shit hit the ceiling
Yeah, but
last
what an
week.
awful way. Was I right? Did you start 7-1? Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, we were considered one of the best in the AFC. That's
You had
for
the
sure.
best
We were in
record at
talks.
one point.
We
I
had,
know for
we had
sure.
the best record. We were in talks with the Pats and
The 07 Patriots, yeah.
No, we were in talk like
No,
we were just
your
talking with the
offense was
Pats
trending in that I mean,
direction.
it was that crazy, yeah.
I mean,
Those
like the
first
Pats of
6
this year,
games.
like it was us, the Pats, and the Broncos. Like, who's the best team in the AFC between those three teams this year? But yeah, we just fell off, man, and it is what it is at this point. I can only cry so much before my eyes just dry up. So
Now, it's interesting that this happened because I've been looking into it. I did a little research for you, and I found the bylaws. When your favorite team and their starting quarterback goes down with a significant injury, like season ending, you're allowed to bandwagon on the season. You're allowed to pick a new team. Ordinarily, it would be your real favorite team, the Chiefs. Of course, they too are kind of in the dumps. I don't know what's going on with them. We'll talk about that later. I have some theories, but you're allowed to bandwagon. So you have an opportunity to pick a new team, and I don't know if it's so good for the show, but I want to make a goodwill offer, a goodwill gesture. I know you're a fan of talented athletes, high-flying offense, quarterbacks that are playing at the peak of their powers, high efficiency, good coaching, just all around good play, good solid play. So if you want a bandwagon on the Rams, I know deep down you really want to.
what the hell? No, that's
I know
crazy allegation.
Yeah.
I'll stick with the Colts, but if I had to choose someone else to win a Super Bowl, I'm not gonna say the Chiefs because they're already out the playoffs, but probably the Bills. Honestly, man, I wouldn't mind seeing Josh Allen get his ring. I wouldn't mind seeing Superman finally finish the job and get his ring and be up there with one of the greats. But I'm not going with the Rams. I'm sorry, man. There's just something about them. It's like it's almost too. It's like when you
Too
meet
easy.
the perfect girl. Yeah, it's like when you meet the perfect girl, like looks, personality. It's like too good to be true, and then you find out she's crazy. Stage 9 clinger, right? Stalker. So yeah, the Rams is almost too good to be true.
What are you saying? We're fraud? What's that comparison?
Nah,
Are we frauds or?
I'm not saying you're frauds. I'm just saying something bad's gonna happen. Like
If you bandwagon, yeah, that's true. You could curse us. I mean, hell, yeah. Now that you put it that way, I'm reconsidering my offer. Oh wow, if AZ starts rooting for us, God knows.
There goes your Achilles.
Stafford could break in half.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I'll stick with the Bills.
Yeah.
Right out with Superman.
Yeah, Josh Allen's going to go down with a season ender. It's just how it be, man. So I think I just dodged a bullet there. Wow. I'm starting to think about this, and I'm starting to feel like this stage 9 clinger. What are you trying to say about my fandom? Okay, like
no, I'm not saying the fan. I'm just saying the Rams. They could seem perfect right now, but honeymoon stage in the relationship. As time goes on, you start seeing those flaws, and maybe the Rams aren't as good as we thought they were. And then maybe come playoff time, they showed all their cards here in the regular season. Come playoffs, they're out of all tricks up their sleeve, and they lose a close game by a field goal or something crazy like that. Maybe to the 49ers, maybe to the Eagles. I don't know.
Well, I mean, any team could lose, but
any team could lose. I mean, we've seen a team go undefeated and then losing the Super Bowl, so anything could. I'm just saying, man. I want you to get so high up, look at me, man. I was so high up. Look at how high I was, and look at how far I've fallen.
I know the feeling, dude.
I'm just trying to prepare you for the worst.
Yeah,
I don't want you to hit rock bottom.
If we lose, yeah, I'm gonna be heartbroken, dude. This has been one of my favorite years, happiest years to be a Rams fan since the greatest show on turf. It's crazy. Like, I think this team is better than our 21 team, whether they win the Super Bowl or not. I think they're that good. But
yeah, maybe. Maybe offensively, yes. Defensively, I don't know. You got Aaron Donald.
Yeah, but our defense wasn't like crazy. I mean, we had stars, but we weren't crazy that year.
Yeah, you had Ramsey, Donald.
Yeah.
Can't think of anyone else, to be honest, but just those two stand out.
Yeah,
all pros.
Yeah. Oh, Von Miller. We signed Von Miller.
Oh, yeah, Von Miller. Yeah, I forgot he was a...
But yeah, I love this team, and yeah, it's going to be disappointing. I'm going to be heartbroken if we lose, but in retrospect, it's still a fun year to be a fan. So I guess we could turn a page. We could turn a page to the Thursday night game. We had Lions versus Cowboys. Looking like the Cowboys were in do or die mode, and they didn't quite get the job done. And man, they got a good offense, but when you're playing against Detroit and your defense isn't playing well, you might be especially in a controlled environment type of stadium, type of field, you might be in for a track meet. Like, boy, that track meet is on. That's what the Lions are. They're the ultimate front runners to me in the league. I think they're designed to play as front runners. Yeah, with a lead, start getting that pass rush going, pin your ears back. They feel most comfortable when they're producing offensively, scoring points early. I think they script initial drives maybe as well as anyone in the league. The Rams have them next week, and I expect the Lions to score on their first drive and apply pressure because they're really good at that. They're a front runner. The Rams are kind of front runners too, I'll be honest. We've developed sort of into a front runner team, but I think we're a little bit more battle tested, a little bit more mature than the Lions, because Lions to me are the front, like definitionally the front runners of the league. What was your takeaway from this game though overall?
Overall, I mean, the Cowboys were playing really well. I expected them to put up a really good game, which they kind of did. Offensively, they did, but defensively, man, like I know they had a bad defense and they were playing a lot better since the trades were made. But man, the Lions put belt to ass. The Lions, I know Amon St. Brown came back this game, and I was kind of iffy on how he was going to do, but he played well. He didn't get any touchdowns, but he had over 90 yards receiving. But Gibbs, man, he should be runner-up for Offensive Player of the Year because he's playing really, really well for the Lions. Gibbs,
yeah, he's
scoring a lot of. I feel like every game, every time I see his stats, he's got a couple touchdowns under his belt. So he's balling out. So props to him.
You know,
yeah,
Amon Ra. I hate to interrupt, but Amon Ra. Yeah, it sounds so mean to say this, and I mean this in the best way possible. And I know everything comes back to the Rams, but he reminds me a little bit of Puka. I think Puka is maybe like a rich man's Amon Ra. They have such a similar style to me, but go ahead.
But overall, I mean, this was like a do or die game for both teams pretty much. Like their playoff lives were on the line for the Cowboys, which, I mean, seeing how the Eagles did, they might still have some hope. The Lions, seeing they're really, really close in the division with the Bears and the Packers. So this was a must-win game for both teams. But, man, the Lions looked pretty well, but the Cowboys defense, you know, they let them down that game, and they kind of showed what they were earlier in the year where they're scoring a lot of points, but they're also giving up a lot more. So I thought the Cowboys were going to maybe catch up because at one point, I know you felt like it was never close, but I thought they were going to catch up because it was like a 3-point game in the fourth.
I think they may have tied it some point late. I thought it was like 27.
I thought it was like 27-30, I think.
Oh, maybe.
I was all right, well. And they just got to get a stop, but they couldn't do it. Lions always responded back and
they did.
Kept momentum. Yeah, so they kept them at bay, and that was pretty much the game. So it's do or die next week for the Lions versus the Rams. We'll see how they do. We'll see how your Rams do against the Lions, right?
Yeah, it'll be a good test because offensively, the Lions, we know what they are. And we're going to be playing in L.A. I don't expect that to be too much different from Ford Field.
And it's Goff's former team, so you might be playing with, you know, little. I know. Usually, players play pretty well against their former team, so you might see
Stafford's
Goff
former team. I think that's sort of a wash.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And usually when we meet up, the Lions have beat us the last 2 times, but statistically, Stafford outperforms Goff. They just had a better team the last couple of years.
He is the better quarterback. You would want him to outperform Goff, but yeah, we'll see. You said the last 2 times they beat you guys already.
Yeah, but the last 2 years, the Lions had a great team, and the Rams, honestly, we made the playoffs, and people think, oh, they're a contender. The Rams were rebuilding the past 3 years. That's really what it was. You're seeing the culmination now of the rebuild. We were just well coached enough and had a good enough quarterback to make it work. We had to make these crazy late season runs where we were sitting there doing the math. Okay, if they lose, and we play and we win out or win 7 of our last 8, we can make the playoffs. And sure enough, we did. And we snuck in. We fell in, And once we're there, we're a threat. But, we didn't get it done. It would have been crazy if we did. But, yeah, we were rebuilding. Make no mistake about it. We had to clean house after that Super Bowl year, pretty much.
Yeah, because I remember you after the Super Bowl. Yeah, you after the Super Bowl, you guys took a big dive.
Yeah, we traded away a lot. Yeah. Lost Aaron Donald. Had to get rid of Von Miller. OBJ went down. Stafford got hurt that year. Cooper got hurt and never was the same after.
Yeah.
Jalen Ramsey left, went to Miami. We lost everybody, and then we had no draft capital. On top of that, I hate to be hyperbolic but you know how it is. This might be looked at as one of the craziest rebuilds. Considering the degree of difficulty in doing it, this is a crazy rebuild. Especially that we performed well the past couple of years. It's not like when draft capital we had were like high rounders. So they did Les Snead really did some work on this rebuild, and he deserves a lot of credit for how the team's performing right now. They're just good organization right now. Hard to literally say anything they do wrong. But enough about the Rams. Yeah, this game, Jared Goff is a threat. If you don't pressure him, he's a top 3, top 2, maybe top 1 quarterback in the league. If the Cowboys didn't get there, he was just going to carve them up, and that's exactly what the hell he did. I don't think the Cowboys receivers necessarily, with all the hoopla and all the buzz around them, Pickens did not exactly have the kind of performance they needed from him. He had a ball hit him off his hands, and the Detroit picked it off. I mean, really, you could boil down the difference in the game to 3 turnovers to 0.
The turnovers.
Yeah. I mean, that's really what it is. But man,
do you think? I was going to ask you, because he was getting criticized for his effort. Do you think he was kind of being lackadaisical out there, a little half-assed in his route running? Because there was one play that stood out to me where he broke past 2 defenders down the line, and Dyke threw him a pretty good ball. It was catchable. Pickens being the tall, lengthy receiver he is, it looked catchable, but he didn't even throw his arms out or anything. He just kind of stopped running, and the ball just hit the ground. That was the end of the play.
Yeah.
Do you think he was being lazy out there?
I know Cowboys fans certainly are feeling that way right now, saying, Pittsburgh Pickens, here we go. That's why they got rid of him. That's why you can't trust him to pay him the big contract. He just stops caring or whatever, gets out of a groove, just whatever, doesn't care, doesn't play right. Maybe he was in a funk. I don't know what the situation was. It's strange that he was good pretty much all season, and then all of a sudden in the game, do or die, when they absolutely needed it, he was low effort. I don't know. Maybe he was hurting. I don't know what the situation is. Minor injury or something. He just had a bad day at the office, man. And it was caught on camera for everyone to see, caught in 4K. And it's hard to speculate what went wrong there because he's been so reliable for them. He's been their guy. And he wasn't able to make the plays that have been how they butter their bread. You know what I mean? CD actually did outplay him in this game, even though he went down with a concussion, I guess. Concussion symptoms. They pulled him out of the game.
Hit his head. Yeah, he hit his head really hard, so I was like, he's not coming back, man. Even though he was playing really well, and he finally had a CD showing, and he hits his head really hard on the floor, and you could tell he was pretty much out of it. And
I think part of it too may have been Detroit's desire to take Pickens out of the game, so it would have been difficult for him to have a big day. I think that defensively, Detroit probably keyed in on him. But kind of the unsung hero of the receiving core, I know CeeDee Lamb had himself a day, but when they really needed to generate some offense and some momentum, the Cowboys, Ryan Flanoy was kind of their go-to guy. He was their old reliable in that game.
He had over 100 yards.
But, yeah. It's hard to know for sure if this is indicative of what Detroit's offense is going to be moving forward, or if this is more a case of Cowboys defense just being 32nd ranked dog shit, pretty much.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. You want to have faith and be like, well, the offensive side of the lines was just that good that night, but at the same time, this is who the Cowboys were to start the season off, and yeah, I mean, they were at one point down 21-0 to Philly a couple of weeks ago. So like,
But Philly trash.
yeah, how good is this defense really? I mean, maybe they just got on a good hot streak, playing well enough to win these last couple of games and give you false hope. Because they played the Chiefs on Thanksgiving, and the Chiefs are struggling offensively right now.
The
And
Chiefs are mid, yeah. So it's hard to
yeah,
even, yeah.
it's hard to really gauge how good this defense is. I mean, I was giving them their props. They had me fooled for a second there.
I mean, you beat the Super Bowl champion and the AFC champion. It's like, oh my God, back to back.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, I mean, it's probably a combination of both. The Cowboys, I mean, Dak threw a couple interceptions. That doesn't help your defense at all and put them in bad field position. So, yeah, I want to say it's a combination of both.
Dak wanted this game. He was trying whatever he could.
It's playoffs or bust for Dak, man. I think he's still the highest paid quarterback in the league.
Is he?
I think so, man. And that's kind of crazy for a guy who hasn't even gone to the NFC Championship game, but
true, but he is good.
He's good, but not most paid good. Like I mean,
yeah.
I'm not pocket watching, but I mean, it's kind of ballsy for him to ask for the biggest contract in the league.
Where do you think he should be? More in like the fifth, sixth highest paid range?
Yeah, maybe fifth or sixth, but definitely not the highest paid.
Yeah.
Especially if you're trying to add players now that you see you need more pieces to help you compete for a chip. You definitely should restructure your contract and maybe create some cap space to sign some more players on the defensive side, or if you want to keep Pickens, you might have to give up some paper for that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Tough break for the Cowboys. I know the Cowboys fans were loving their
Chargers yesterday. Chargers beating the Eagles, that helps them.
Well,
Chargers beating the Eagles.
Yeah. I just, man, that's a tough. I don't know. That would be an epic collapse too, for the Cowboys to actually win the division and not sneak into like a wild card. And they lost the tiebreaker with the Lions. It's almost impossible to get into wild card. And man, I just don't see them making it. They really needed that Lions game.
They did. I mean, it's not. We haven't seen. I mean, we've seen the Eagles collapse before, not that long ago. So it isn't out the realm that the Eagles could just lose out, and the Eagles and the Cowboys could probably win the next couple of games and win the division. But it's very hard, and it's going to take a lot of miracles. But we've seen crazier things in the NFL, so I wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles lose out and the Cowboys win out, and
it could happen.
Cowboys
crazier things have happened in the NFL, man. Do you think?
Yep.
Do you think Dak Prescott? How do I say this? He's having a good statistical year. Do you think that he's sort of the league's new Stat Padford?
I mean, he's always been kind of like a stat patter in a way.
A lot of garbage time shit.
I was gonna say he gets most of his yards and touchdowns in garbage time, playing from behind. That's what he was kind of known for these last couple of years. But yeah, I would say so because man, come playoff time, it's like all the offensive magic he shows in the regular season. Come playoffs, it's like a whole different team you're watching. Like the last couple of years when they went 12-5. With John McCarthy or Mike McCarthy.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were going to at least make the championship game. I was like, all right, they have a pretty solid team this year, and they'll probably make the championship game, and they still find a way to lose the divisional game or the wild card or whatever.
Or either that or the wild card. Usually it's one and done, but when it's not one and done, it's two and done. Yeah. Yeah, man, they just have had terrible luck in the playoffs for sure. But they always play so just sloppy. I don't know. They always do. They always play down to whoever it is that they're playing, it seems like. And, yeah, they're just not good in the playoffs. They're just not really that good of a team, man. I know people were excited to see them beat the Chiefs and the Eagles. I'm not sure what those wins now in retrospect really even mean. I mean, you get
Based
them
on
against
both
Detroit,
teams,
who is a
yeah.
fringe playoff team. They're not even necessarily in the playoff picture yet. They really need to beat the Rams to be there, and they get just taken care of. Like, I know it got close at one point, but I don't know. It was inevitable.
Yeah. I mean, they're the Cowboys are an inconsistent team this year. That's all. I mean, they took the Packers to the wire pretty much and tied with them. And the Packers, you see, they're on top of the NFC North now with
Yeah, I mean,
beating
but
the
that was like a
Bears.
million years ago. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's just the story of the Cowboys. They're high up. These last two games, they were high up, thinking they had me fooled, thinking, all right, well, they might make a good run, and then they have a game like they do with the Lions, and I wouldn't be surprised next game they show out again and ball out. That's just the Cowboys in the nutshell this year. They're just very up and down and inconsistent. It's hard to really figure them out as far as like, are they a really bad team or are they just a inconsistent team or are they a team with just potential with just a couple more pieces that could really make a run? But it's really hard to tell. I mean, they looked pretty well the last couple weeks, so
What about the
they're
Lions? What about the Lions? Do you think they
the
stand
Lions.
a good shot at beating the Rams? Do you think they could pull that upset?
Yeah, yeah, I could see them beating. I mean, they beat them before, and the Lions are like, in a way, for me this year they've been a little bit disappointing just for the fact that I thought they were going to be a lot more dominant and better, and not let the Packers and Bears beat them out for the division. But I mean, they have the pieces to do so. They have Gibbs, St. Brown, Goff is playing well. On the defense side, they have Aiden Hutchinson, but and then Dan Campbell, he's still a good coach. I don't know about his play calling. I mean, offensively, I don't know if he's gonna probably need to find another coordinator for that, but this offseason. But they have the players and the team to beat the Rams, or at least give them a close game, if anything. But I could see I wouldn't be shocked if they beat the Rams. I wouldn't be like, oh man, I
Yeah.
didn't see that coming.
On paper, their roster offensively appears as though they could do it. Um,
Yeah.
I think what this game next week is going to come down to might just be, does the Rams pass rush pressure Goff? And that's it. Do they rattle him? And if they get him rattled, if they get him off his game, if they sack him a couple times, that could be it. That could be determine the whole thing. And of course, penalties. There was 15 penalties in that Cowboys-Lions game combined, and that's not including offsets, I don't think, or decline penalties. So, and I forget who was calling the game, but he was basically like, "Oh, another flag. This happens every other play."
It was a very sloppy game officiating wise. Like
And the
not
Lions got
officiating wise,
8.
but
Yeah, there was 15
yeah.
penalties, and the Lions had 8 of them. So they were both kind of.
Yeah, they were playing a little wild out there, but
And the Rams don't really get penalized, at least not crucial ones.
yeah, I guess. I mean, a little biased, but
I'm not
they're
biased.
bound.
They're the least penalized team in the league, and they have been for
But
2 years straight.
2 years straight, okay, okay. I mean, I know penalties drive you crazy, but as long as I'm, I guess it's, for me, it's like there's some dumb penalties. Like there was one game I'm trying to remember. Yeah, oh, yesterday the Chargers and Eagles, like the neutral zone infraction, like they're obviously trying to call you. Those are the dumb penalties, but like the PIs, because some PIs are just like very questionable. Like Pickens got a PI, offensive PI, when he scored a touchdown and they took it off because they said it was offensive foul.
Yeah.
I guess, he pushed off the defense. I don't like those are like I don't. I feel like those are kind of iffy sometimes. Like the calls are just a little iffy, but I don't
Well,
go too crazy on the penalties unless it's like obvious that that's what cost you the game.
well, I do, because just imagine one holding call. You go from 3rd and 3, your offense is on schedule. Now you're in 3rd and 13,
Yeah,
and you're punting. That's you lost a possession.
you could lose points too because you could be in field goal range,
Yeah.
which what happened. That's what happened to the Falcons at Super Bowl against the Patriots, where they were in field goal range. They get a holding call, puts them out of field goal range, and then they're punting. So Yeah, those can really drive you crazy because they take points off the board, and you basically could cost you the game if you need those points down the road. But like I
Yeah.
said, I don't know.
That's why I
I'm
hate
not a
them
big
so much.
stickler on
They can be drive
penalties.
killers.
They
I
can
am.
be, but
And maybe it's
they're not. They
spoiled
don't
because I
drive me as
watched the
crazy as
Rams, but man,
turnovers. That drives me crazy. That's my biggest pet peeve. Take care of the ball because that could easily go the other way, 6 points the other way, or put the team in a real good position to score on you. So that's my biggest pet peeve. I rather have a clean turnover game and be penalized than, you know, have no penalties but have a bunch of turnovers on my team.
well, the turnover thing is, to me, it's more a question of it's like at fault, like yeah, I guess like at fault turnovers where it's
Hmm.
like a quarterback made a horrible read, or they didn't see a player and they threw a pick, or overthrew a guy badly and they got a pick. Those bother me. But when it's like those Joe Burrow interceptions, and we'll get to those, it's like, oh man, that's just shit luck.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll turn a page. We've been on this game for a while. We're gonna turn a page. Next up, we have Bengals versus Bills. This was a crazy game, bro. This was an enjoyable game because I didn't have any anything on the
Expectations?
line. No, not expectation. I didn't really have anything on the line in it. It's one of those games I can just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Like I didn't really have a horse in the race. You know what I mean? Like I get stressed
Yeah.
out when I watch the Rams and it's tight. Like sitting there, Jesus Christ, guys, do not throw in, do not do anything stupid. So I get a little stressed out when I have a dog in the fight. But Bengals Bills, it was a beautiful snow game. And Josh Allen, he just looks so formidable when he plays in the Bills stadium with the snow. It's just such an aura to it. I know it's not like quite the Chiefs in Arrowhead, but like Bills in the snow is kind of it's similar to that level. I think they're a fun team in the snow, and they always seem to play such good games in that environment. And this was a
Bills
fun
fan
one.
a little bit.
Well, I had this was a spectacular game. How could you not enjoy it?
I did enjoy it. It was a really fun game to watch. Like I didn't have no horse in the race either. I like both quarterbacks. I'm a fan of Joe Burrow. I'm a fan of Josh Allen, Superman, defending MVP, doing his thing. Um, the Bengals look really good, man. They pretty much had the game secure. I was like, all right, well, this is once again, Josh
Burrow
Allen can't beat
owns.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Burrow owns.
Burrow owns Allen. So
What's the Bill
once again,
Stadium called?
I can't even.
Ralph something. I don't remember
I don't know.
because they
But
they call it Burrowhead. You know what I mean? I'm sure you could come up with a name like that for the Bill Stadium. But anyway, go ahead.
yeah, Joe Burrow looked really, really good this game. I mean, most of the game, I should say. He looked really, really good, man. He was throwing the ball, dropping dimes everywhere. He hit T. Higgins on a beautiful. He did like a one-hand catch. T. Higgins, beautiful touchdown, and it was just a sight of beauty to see just Joe Burrow spin the ball in the snow. And But Josh Allen, man, he kept fighting. He didn't give up. He didn't, he kept rallying his team, and they capitalized on some turnovers that just were, like you said, shit luck, man. One of them was was a cornerback blitz, was blitzing, and he jumped for the ball, batted it, and it got picked off, and that basically switched. Like the worst thing that could happen for the Bengals happened that game. Like two back-to-back interceptions literally cost them the game. They were pretty much cruising to a W at that point. I was like, all right, this game's pretty much over. Bengals are just gonna kill the clock, call it a day in the office. But man, credit to the Bills that kept fighting, caused those two turnovers, capitalized on both of them, and stole the game from the Bengals. They basically stole this game from the Bengals
Yeah, they
because
definitely stole it. And
they had it in the bag.
those kind of turnovers hurt because it's like a design play. Burrow throws it, and the defenders just make crazy plays. Such fast reaction times to make intercept. Like it's one thing if they batted it down, but to pick those off, it was just like wow. Like it's almost like the Bills, based on their film study, almost just knew what those
Yeah.
plays were. They saw it and they just knew. But man, that was some crazy reaction time, crazy plays by the defense. I do as much fun as it was to watch Josh Allen do his thing in the snow, put his cape on. I heard a lot of discussion following Sunday. It was like, oh my God, he's the best quarterback in the league. If you had to redraft, he would definitely be your number one pick. I mean, he can just carry a team, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, guys, chill a little bit right now because Josh Allen was about to lose this game. I'm sorry. The football gods determined he gets to have this one. The football gods said, Josh Allen, you get to go to the playoffs this year. We're gifting you this. You get to go to the playoffs, and you don't have to see Burrow, you don't have to see Lamar, and you don't have to see Mahomes. That is your route through the playoffs. You get to take on these young, inexperienced, unbattle-tested teams. Buck up. Super Bowl or bust. The pressure's on. And we're going to have to see what he does with it. Because, man, if he doesn't take care of business this year, it's going to be like, man, bro, like, when is this ever going to happen for him?
Yeah, this is probably his. Without Mahomes there, this is probably his best year, man, because Mahomes owns him in the playoffs. Burrow owns him. So this would be his best bet to make some noise and make it out of the AFC and get to the chip. This is if there's any good year for him to go make that Super Bowl run, it would be this year for sure. With the Chiefs out the way, and like you said, there's a bunch of young teams that are on battle tested for the playoffs. So Burrow needs to, or not Burrow, I'm sorry, Allen really needs to capitalize and take this opportunity and run with it, or else he might not get it again. Because if the Chiefs bounce back next year, which they might, I would be shocked if the Chiefs don't make the playoffs next year. But if the Chiefs, bounce back, there goes, and then the Bengals bounce back, we've seen Allen struggle against those two teams in the playoffs that, it might be too late. That window might close on the Bills and Allen, and he's going to be another great quarterback who just never got to the big dance. Another Phillip Rivers 2.0 pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, Dan Marino sort of. Oh, well, yeah, because Phil
Dan Marino
never
got to
actually
Super Bowl.
made it. Yeah, Dan Marino actually
Dan Marino
got
made it to one. Yeah.
God, if he never even makes it to the show, like, whoa, dude. I actually have a hot take about this. It's interesting that we're talking about. I have a hot take very similar to this sort of logic. But yeah, it was a great, entertaining game. So sad for the Bills to go, or Bengals rather, to go out that way. God,
it almost seemed scripted. Yeah, it was like, no way that Burrow, who's playing a hell of a game, clean game, throws back-to-back interceptions to give the Bills a game. It just almost seemed fake. But
yeah, it is like, how is this real life?
Yeah.
And it was just gift wrapped for the Bills, like the football gods ordained them. This is your year to prove it. To go show that you can win a Super Bowl. We'll take all the obstacles out of the way that have irritated you, that have had your number in the past. All you have to do is win 4 games straight.
Sucks for the Bengals, man, because I really wanted to see them make the playoffs, and because I feel like if they could get into the playoffs,
they're a
they
fun
could probably
team.
they're a fun team. They could probably make a deep run because they got the experience, they got the quarterback, Cool Joe, but that window might have closed with the Bills loss, man, and I kind of hate to see that.
They're
But
4-9. I know they play in the AFC North, and that division is.
Are they 4-9? Damn, I thought they were like 4-7 or
no.
like,
Yeah,
dang,
they're really behind the 8 ball. I mean, it's not impossible for an 8-9 team to get in, but whew, I mean,
that they're gonna have to win now, and that's probably not gonna happen.
Yeah,
so.
and they're gonna have to rely on that math. Okay, let me do.
I think they got the Ravens next week too, so the Ravens are playing. Basically playing to try to keep their hopes alive because they're.
I think the Bengals can beat the Ravens.
They've done it already. Why not do it again?
Yeah, I don't see any reason why the
Ravens
Ravens
played
should
on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I mean, the way the Ravens are playing, and I had a minor topic. I don't know if we'll get to that today because Pack's show and all, but man,
yeah, Lamar looks way off, bro. I love Lamar. That's my guy. But he's been missing a lot of throws. He just looks way off. Ever since he came back from the injury, he hasn't been the same explosive player with running the ball either. He just looks way different right now.
Yeah, it's like he aged like 10 years.
Yeah, it's kind of sucks to see because I like Lamar, and I would want, if there's anyone I want to see win this chip, it would probably be him to prove his haters wrong. But yeah, it's not looking
Lamar
good right
have
now.
a lot of haters? He won 2 MVPs, right?
Yeah, and
And not a Super Bowl.
That not a Super Bowl,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
the haters are the people that call him running back,
He made it
glorified
to the
running
AFC
back.
Championship once, right?
Yep, yep.
Against it was a Bill. No,
The
the Chiefs.
Chiefs,
Yeah,
the
it had to be the
Chiefs,
Chiefs, right?
2 years ago. Yep.
And of course underperformed, as I recall.
Yeah, they started off pretty well, and then yeah, they fell apart. Chiefs took over. Hate to
Um.
see it.
All right. Great game though. Bills Bengals. It was as advertised. Had a lot of fun watching that. Love snow games when it's not my team in them. Especially when it's two teams accustomed to playing in the conditions. Cincinnati and Buffalo. They're
Outdoor
built.
teams in the cold.
Yeah, they're built for that shit. Next up, we have Rams versus Cardinals, and I didn't want to do anything too distasteful this week. I'm going to try to keep the celebrations to a minimum, but just know inside, I really wish I could pop off. I'm not going to do the whole sunglasses in the car because I'm being sympathetic to your cause right now.
It's the Cardinals.
Your
Let's
team and your
relax.
favorite, your team and your real favorite team are both down bad, and I don't have a major celebration, but I'm going to do my little.
Okay.
Go Rams. Yeah, it's the Cardinals. Yeah, not
Cardinals,
many
man.
not many people probably want to hear too much about this game, but like when you
They took care of business.
When you score 45 points and you barely even have third downs. I mean, it's the Peyton Manning thing. What does Peyton Manning always say? The right way to run offense is to go first down, second down, first down, first down, second down, first down, second down, score. That's the way to do it. Don't even screw around with third down. Don't even bother getting there. That's the way it ought to be. That's what the Rams did. You'd love to see it.
Yeah, I mean, the Cardinals started off pretty well. It looked like they were going to give you guys some trouble. Jacoby Brissett was doing his thing, throwing a party on y'all, and then Stafford was struggling a little bit throwing the ball, but they were running the ball really well, the Rams. And then reality set in, and the Rams put belt to ass to the poor Cardinals, and there
I
wasn't
think
really
Chris
much of a
Shula,
game after that.
Chris Shula, yeah, I was worried about our defense coming off that Carolina situation,
Yeah.
that debacle. Coming into this game, letting them score in the first drive, touchdown. I'm like, whoa, guys, what is going
Yeah.
on here? This is not a good feeling.
I was happy to see that.
Okay. But then Chris Shula, I think after about three drives, he saw what they were doing, and I think he pieced it together. And after those first three drives where they got crunched a bunch of yards, scored 10 points, I think they had like, I don't know, it felt like barely any yards. It felt like 6 straight punts. Yeah. So
Yeah, the game went from pretty interesting to like, all right, man, Rams. All right, man, the Rams. You guys got it, man. Cardinals already kind of gave up, so the game got worse for me as it went on. As the lead started to build, the game just got more and more boring. I was like, but props to y'all. You did what you did. You didn't play to the Cardinals level and make it a close game. You handled business as you should. It is the Cardinals. I remind y'all, it was the Cardinals. How many wins the Cardinals got? Like 3 wins, 2 wins, 3 wins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, but they
all right.
played people tough. They've played a bunch of teams
they do.
tough, and they just can't hang in the fourth quarter. They some mistake. The other team makes a play and they can't hang in the fourth quarter, and it kind of falls apart for them. So they do play teams tough, but I just think we were just a matchup nightmare. Obviously, I was watching Pro Football Focus cover this game, and they were like talking about how insane it was. The Rams, I think, what did they say? They're like, of the top 15 games or top 5 games ranking overall, the Rams have like 3 of the top 5 ranking games this year. They have like 5 of the top 15 and also 6 of the top 17. So yeah, Rams have been playing pretty damn good ball at the right time of the season.
Yeah, they've been taking care of business. Besides that Panthers loss, other than that, they've been pretty much flawless. I ain't gonna lie, but like I said, perfect girlfriend, honeymoon stage. Couple months down the road, you find out she's a psychopath, stage 5 clinger, and the thing and go
Chill out,
south. So
man. Chill out.
I'm just trying to keep you in check, man. Like I said, I was at the top of the top, baby,
Yeah.
looking down on everyone else, and now look at me. I got fucking Dookie on my shirt
I was
and
happy
other
for
stuff.
you, man. I was happy for you. I know. Look. I know it's hard to be happy for me because I'm kind of insufferable about this. Look, I'll be honest. Here's the thing: when it comes to the Rams, would I be doing this podcast if I wasn't a Rams fan? I don't think so. Covering the Rams game, half the reason I roll out of bed to do this. I do love football. Don't get me wrong. That's the other half because I just like football. But yeah, without the Rams, it would be like the NBA to me, where it's like, oh man, I don't have a team to root for. It's kind of stupid. But yeah, the Rams are what largely make me love football. So can't help it. Can't help it. And
like I said, when the worst happens, I'll be there. I'll have my candle ready, my vigil ready.
Why are you putting that energy out there? Why even bother? Man, they're hella good.
I'm just saying. Yeah, they are for now. I mean, Patriots 07 Patriots were hella good, undefeated, and I would just hate for you to get to the big dance and then fall apart right then and there in front of the whole world.
Well, if we got to the Super Bowl, I'd still call this a good year.
A good year? Okay. Yeah. Good to know.
Yeah, I mean, we won a Super Bowl a few years ago. Just to me, I have a topic. I have a hot take about this, actually. I should maybe save this a little bit. But getting to see your team play in the last game of the year is fun. So
yeah, it's fun until you lose. So
I understand that. But
last time we won the Super Bowl, we lost. So
I enjoy the memories.
It's fun for you. It's fun for you because you won the last one, the most recent one. I'm sure the 2019 Super Bowl wasn't as fun for you.
Wasn't as fun, but I still look back on that year as such a fun year to be a fan. Like that NFC Championship game and killing the Cowboys in the divisional and that Chiefs game in 2018, 54-51. That was a fun year to be a fan. I think this year might be even more fun, though.
All right, so I don't need to get my candle out. All right, sounds like you'll be all right, man. No matter the outcome of the playoffs, you'll.
What
be
am I
going
to stop loving them? No.
I would hope not.
Yeah, they could be 5-11 or whatever. I would still love them. So yeah, not too much left to say. Cardinals, better luck next year. You're kind of out of sorts. You have potential, but you got to get the right coaching situation. Who you got right now? I don't even know his name. He's irrelevant. It's probably time to move on. I saw his press conference after the game. It was totally uninspired. I don't know how you could get ready to play for that guy. Like, who are you? You sound like a janitor. So we're going to turn the page. This was a great game. But the Bears lost against the Packers. So, Bears-Packers, do you have anything in mind? What do you have to say about this?
Oh, no, not the Bears losing, man. The number one team in the NFC losing to
I kind of needed them to take a loss at some point, so better, might as well.
Of course, everything's just going so well for you, huh? Everything's going so well while I'm sitting in hell. But I'm going to be optimistic still. Yeah, the Packers look really good this game. Jordan Love, he balled out. I thought it was going to be a blowout at first because it was like, first quarter, both teams were kind of struggling to score. It was a scoreless first quarter, and then second quarter, Packers start to pull away, and it's 14-3. I said, all right, well, it looks like, the Bears are the Bears, and they're falling apart. And then they start slowly showing some fight, and then at one point, it's tie game 21-21, and then it looks like, the Packers go up 28-21, and Caleb Williams, it looks like he was about to tie the game, and throws an interception, and, props to the Packers. They take care of business. They take the lead in the division. The only problem is, Jordan Love, he could play like this, balls out, and then the next game he might throw 2 picks and 0 touchdowns and have a terrible game. So it's kind of hard to get hyped for the Packers just because they're just so hard to read, man. I don't know. Like Jordan Love, he could have a game like this, and then he could have like a shit show game next week, and you'll be like, dude, like what the hell happened in a 1 week? Like you're like a whole different quarterback. And the Bears, like I said, I was never really sold on the Bears that much. And I mean, yeah, they beat the Eagles.
I believe in them.
I mean,
they played well in Lambeau in December. That's hard, man.
They didn't win though. I mean,
they got another shot at them. They still got another game against them.
They do
in Soldier Field.
But I don't know. I'm still kind of iffy on the Bears. I trust the Packers more than the Bears. I'll say that right now. But overall, it was a good game. I mean, the Bears did show hard. I'll give them that because, like I said, I thought it was going to be a blowout once the Packers got up 14-3. But credit to the Bears, they kept fighting, showed some resilience, and they were just one pass away from tying that game. But
Caleb, he's got to work on his accuracy, especially from the pocket. He's got to work on his pocket accuracy. Missing that throw, I mean, that's do or die, brother. You had it.
Yeah.
You had it.
Yeah.
That was an open. You need to be able to make that play in the NFL with precision, consistency. I'm talking 10 out of 10 times. You can't miss that. And he's consistently been one of the lesser accurate quarterbacks in the league. And he made a lot of hay rolling outside the pocket today in this game.
Yeah. There's a lot of backyard football like Mahomes, but a little bit of poor man Mahomes.
Yeah, kinda. And the Packers are a good defense. So credit to the Bears for even hanging around. They were down, like you said, 14-3 at half. This could have been, you started to feel like, oh, here we go. In Lambeau, in December, and the cold temperatures, man, here we go again. Like, sorry, Bears. But that's not what they showed. Ben Johnson, I guess at halftime, the team came online. They started to piece things together, started to download things. And although they're not maybe the best roster in the league, they can't just flip a switch and be like, okay, we're just going to conquer this game. They're not maybe one of those teams. They are, I think they're a legitimate playoff team. They have the capability of making the NFC Championship.
Oh, that's crazy.
That is a distinct possibility. If they all right, let's say the Packers are the 2 seed. It'll probably be Seattle. Bears are the 7 seed. Packers the 2 seed. I think they can go to Lambeau and win a game. I think that's totally within reason. It'd be hard. I think it's reasonable. And then what happens next? They get the Seahawks. You never know. 49ers. You never know. I do think the Hawks and 49ers are better teams, but I think it's possible the Bears could win those games. But if you get to the championship game, and I know I'm doing a lot of assuming here, but if you get to the championship game against the Rams, I think you're going to have your hands full. Honestly, I kind of feel the same for the Packers. The Packers started this game, interception, quick punt.
Yeah.
So you begin to wonder, okay, if you were playing Seattle, San Fran, or LA, would that have been a quick 14-0 swing? And if the Rams or if LA, San Francisco, or the other team, whatever, other than the Packers, gets the ball back at halftime first, oh my God, if they were the last to possess it before halftime, that just might be ball game against a good team, like a really good team. And I know the Packers defense is good, but are they like so good? I don't know. They're not the 85 Bears to me. I'm sorry. They're not the 2000 Ravens. Are they so good that they're going to just completely quiet the Rams or the 49ers? I don't think so. I just don't feel it in my bones.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you think the Bears would make the NFC Championship game is kind of crazy. I'm
not saying they will. I'm saying they can. They good
can.
enough.
I mean, any team can. I have better options than the Bears.
The Bucks
honestly.
cannot. I don't think the
Bucks,
Panthers
no.
can either.
The Bucks are too beat up. The Panthers are still kind of coming together. But I would say
a lot of strong teams in the NFC. Let's be honest. Anyone can except for the NFC South, I think.
Yeah. I mean, the Eagles, they have the pieces.
Oh, you know what? You're right. I forgot about the Eagles. Yeah, the Eagles maybe not.
You don't think so? I mean,
you look at the roster, you'd think maybe, but
I was gonna say they have the roster. They just, I don't know. They're just a very complicated situation going on in Philly. That
Jalen Hurts is not good.
No, he's not. But the Bears, I mean, like I said, I don't think no one really expected them to come out this strong this year. And for them to be where they're at is a shocker to me, honestly. I didn't think they were even a playoff team after what I saw last year from Caleb Williams and the team.
Me neither.
I thought they would probably be like at best like 7-10 or 8-9 or something like that, but not where they're at now. And I mean, they could still fall apart. They could lose out or something crazy could happen. But if they do make the playoffs, to me, they're probably like a one and done team in the playoffs.
That's what you suspect.
That's what I would suspect. I trust more the Packers because
What if they get the
they've been.
Seahawks?
Oh, two teams I don't really trust. Oh man,
Because that's no. Wait, actually, no. Because the Seahawks would, if they win, if they beat the Rams, they're probably the 1 seed. If they lose against the Rams, they're probably the 5th seed. So they can't get the 2 seed. The 2 seed would go to Green Bay. So they would have to play the Pack.
yeah. Whoever the Bears play, I mean, I would probably lean towards the other team that they play, just because the Bears. I don't know. I don't have expectations. Nothing too crazy from them. Like I said, I feel like they'd just be a one and done team in the playoffs. And I'm not trying to be no Caleb Williams hater or anything like that. That's just how I feel. Is they'll make the playoffs, probably lose a close game, then come back next year, and that's when they really start making some noise. If they could add a couple more pieces just to get a little bit better overall, that they could probably make a run to the NFC Championship game. But it just depends on what they add on next year going forward. But I don't know. It's just like those teams that you don't. There, it's not your time yet. Like it's slow down, young buck. You got one more year before let the other guys who've been building up longer than you guys to get
Yeah,
there first.
and to their credit, the Packers are starting to feel more like that team. Where last year
Yeah,
they were the young kids, and it's like, hold on, you're not ready yet. This year, they're because they started slow, and Jordan Love threw an opening drive interception. And it was like, oh boy, what is going on? And then, to their credit, they stayed the course. Made them appear
yeah,
sort of mature and battle tested. Short memory. They're like, oh, that's shit happens. We're gonna go win this football game. Lock in. We can still take this thing. And they went up 14-3 at half, and so show signs of maturity. They're starting to become more battle tested, looking more like a legitimate team. But I still, when you open the way they opened, and I'm just imagining them playing the Rams. If that's a 14-0 swing, and they started the game with the ball, that's tough. I just don't know if you could survive something like that in the playoffs. So we'll see what happens with the Packers. They're going to be an interesting team to watch. Some people think they're the best team in the NFC.
oh, that's kind of crazy. No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, that's still the Rams. As much as it hurts me to say that, because I want to kind of see you in the sorrow, just like me, a little bit down. But no, it's the Rams. The NFC is the Rams right now. And if Philly could get it together, then they'd probably be the biggest threat next to the Rams. But Packers, I don't know. They just Jordan Love, like I said, he could be really hot, he could be really cold. It's hard to figure him out sometimes. But
Yeah.
if he can stay hot and play like he played Sunday, like if he can show that resilience, if he throws a pick and then comes back and takes the lead against a good team, because he kind of has like, I mean, he has the tutelage of Aaron Rodgers. He sat behind him a couple of years. You can see some of the tendencies, the way he throws the ball, and they have the pieces. They could make a run, but I trust the Rams more. I trust the Eagles if they could figure it out more.
Oh no, no, not the Eagles.
If they could, I don't know, man. It's just like they have the roster. It's just hard. They have the pieces. They just needed to figure out how to like make it work. I don't know what's going on in Philly, but they have the roster there. I don't know if it's coaching, if it's obviously Hurts played kind of shitty yesterday, but very shitty actually. I take that back. Very very shitty. But they have the pieces. I don't know, man. I just feel like the Eagles, their voodoo magic is gonna come back. The tush push is gonna push them all the way back to the NFC Championship game or potentially another Super Bowl. But until I see them eliminated from the playoffs, I'm not gonna count out the Eagles just yet.
You're still on that type of time, man. You hang on to those Super Bowl winners
Yeah,
you ride them through the season no matter what, it seems like.
that was crazy. But yeah, yeah, I'm gonna ride the Eagles
Till the sun comes
until
up.
the wheels fall off until they get eliminated. I mean, I'm not like I said, I'm not an Eagles fan. I'm more of an Eagles hater, but I can't deny what they have on paper, and if they figure it out, they're gonna be a problem for the Rams. I mean, they beat you guys already, so it's not forget that happened. I know you said a long time ago, but it's still in the same season, so they have the same team still, so they could probably figure it out and make a run, and they still have the lead in the division.
I
So,
don't even remember
and
that game. I think that should happen in the preseason.
yeah, damn near felt like the preseason for y'all the way you guys played that game. But
Well, we got it together, I think. We we
but
we
yeah,
st- we st- like we couldn't score points in the red zone. We weren't getting touchdowns early in the year. It feels like we figured that out a little bit.
a little bit, yeah. Now you guys got Adams involved in pretty much every like fucking red zone. It feels like Adams is just gonna get a layup touchdown.
Yeah, not only
But
that, but we ran for over 200 yards on the ground, and Stafford threw for about like 280. 500
yeah.
over 500 yards of total offense. Everyone
Anyways,
ate.
this ain't about the Rams right now. We're talking about the Bears, and I don't know. The NFC North is very very close. The Lions are right there. The Bears are right there. I wouldn't be surprised if the Lions somehow come back and win the division, but that's gonna be very hard. But that's how close the division is.
I
Though.
don't think
That's
they
just,
can because they lost to the Pack twice. I that
if the Packers like lose the next 3 games and then the
yeah.
Lions yeah. But like I said, that division is really close. It's kind of hard to read, but I got a hot take about that one. But
Okay. All right.
yeah,
Yeah, you could save that. But yeah, honestly, moving forward, the Bears, they're a legitimate team. They deserve to be in the tournament, and Caleb's gotta kind of fix his accuracy issues. Like he's just not an accurate thrower right now, and fix his mechanics. I think could be mechanics related. I haven't watched him too closely on that front. I'm not a mechanics expert anyway, but last year's mechanics I know were way off, and just needs a little bit like work in new habits, better habits. Look at some Tom Brady film. He had great mechanics. So yeah, that about covers that game. I'm gonna go ahead and get on over to Texans versus Chiefs. Oh boy, this game.
tough game to watch, man.
This
Tough game to
game,
watch.
when your favorite team's the Chiefs for sure. I mean, I'll pass it over to you here, but I just want to put in a quick word. The Texans' defense is legitimate. They are
Yeah,
legitimate. Like I think probably the best defense to me
and we
in
almost
the
beat them
league.
too, but
Yeah,
it's whatever. We
yeah.
almost did. We were field goal away, but yeah, the Chiefs. It was good while it lasted, baby. Chiefs Kingdom. You know, damn, I sound like a Chief. Chiefs Kingdom. Looking from the outside, from the outside view perspective, it was good while it lasted for y'all. I mean,
Looking from Taylor Swift's booth.
yeah, looking from the outside of the stadium, like I'm not a Chiefs fan, obviously, but if I was, I'd be pretty sad and upset that the reign is over, the dynasty's over. I mean, you got 3 Super Bowls out of Mahomes. If they could get rid of Kelsey and add a new tight end that knows how to catch the ball and not get intercepted, because I feel like he's done that so many times this year, like where the ball gets thrown to him and it bounces off his hands and it hits a defender right in their hands and it's picked off. But
Mahomes
man,
been off target though too.
he
Mahomes is
yeah,
just
Mahomes has been a little bit off target. But I mean, there was one pass Rice just dropped on 4th down, and then the Kelsey one where it bounces off his hands. Like the worst things happen. I mean, the Chiefs kind of like I feel like that calling 4th down at their own goal at their own side of the field. I think they were at their own 31 or something like that, where it basically was an easy, pretty much touchdown for the Texans because
I got some
they could
shit
have
to say.
that was a terrible play. I
I
love
got
Andy
something
Reid. I
to
think he's
say
a
about
great
that.
coach, but that was a stupid, stupid play call that he did. Like it didn't make no sense to go for it, especially how good the Texans defense was, and you didn't get nothing on 3rd down. I don't know what gave you the balls to want to say, "Fuck it, we'll go for it on 4th down too." On your own side of the field, giving the Texans a short field, which basically cost you the whole damn game because your defense was playing pretty well that second half. You were shutting out C.J. Stroud, keeping them in check. Even though I mean Texans offensively haven't been that impressive with Stroud, but still, it's a close game. Why would you try to go for it on your side of the field? I don't know. I get Andy Reid. He's a Super Bowl winning coach and all that, but I don't know, man. That was such a terrible play call. That I feel like that really cost him the game. If he wasn't Andy Reid, he probably would have lost the locker room with that one because that was a terrible, terrible call. Terrible call. I don't get why he did that, but that really cost him the game. If I was a Chiefs fan, and I'm not, but if I was, I would have been
Okay,
upset.
hypothetically speaking, in a totally different universe,
in a different life form, and I'm not AZ and I'm
different timeline. Yeah,
yeah. If I'm not AZ and I'm Casey, I would have been upset at that play call because that cost the Chiefs the game. It cost Mahomes magic. Now we're not gonna see it in the playoffs. So yeah, man, it sucks for the
yeah.
Chiefs. Of
You
course,
you
for
said
the
a lot of
Chiefs.
what I wanted to say. Honestly, really, so much of the game came down to that play call. That
Yeah.
Andy Reid, I am so used to you making pretty good decisions. You consider you a good coach. I don't care what the damn analytics say. I don't care. In that, feel the flow of the game. Your offense was trash. Best defense in the league you're playing. But guess what? Your defense playing pretty well too. Punt the ball. You could get a turnover. Like you if they have to drive the length of the field, the points are at a premium. People are struggling to move the ball. But by going for it on your own 31 strategically, it makes no damn sense. I know, I have faith in my offense to pick up a yard. That's cool if you're playing the Lions. You know what I mean? Like, that's cool if you're playing the Bills and you're in one of these shootouts where, oh, man, whoever has the ball last wins, and if we give up a possession now, that's going to hurt. What's going to set us behind the 8 ball. We're always going to be chasing points. That's fine in one of those kinds of games, I guess. But in this game, like, read the room. Like, I'm not
It's
even
like common sense
I'm
almost.
not a football coach, but as Sun Tzu's The Art of War, it says here at page 14, thou shalt not goeth on 4th and 1th on thine own 31 in a defensive battle. I mean, that's just basic knowledge.
Yeah, that was, I don't know, man. I don't know what he was thinking. Like, not even like analytics aside, like common sense. Like, dude, like this is a very risky. If I don't get it, we lose the game type situation. And not only do you lose the game, but you pretty much lose your playoff window. And I don't know. I think they had like a 4% chance, if any chance, to make the playoffs now. But that was just like probably one of the worst calls I've seen the whole year. Like dumb call. Like, why would you do that? I don't know, man. Andy Reid, I feel like he just like it almost like he said, fuck it. I mean, we might not even make the playoffs if we win anyway, so fuck it. Let's just see what happens. Throw shit at the wall and see if it sticks. But
Yeah,
shit don't
maybe,
stick.
but like
That's
honestly,
how I took it.
still,
Like
there's just no excuse, man. There's just I'm sorry, there's just no excuse. It makes no damn sense. I mean, look at your quarterback stats. I heard some stat. It was like this is one of the worst quarterback performances in the past decade. Like, it might be
Hey,
top
yo.
10.
Top 10?
Yeah,
All time?
no, not all time.
this
Like
decade?
past 5 or 10
Okay.
years or something. Yeah, something like that.
I mean, he was playing the number one defense. You got to give him, some slack for that.
I know,
I mean,
but under 45% completion, 3
He had
interceptions,
3 interceptions.
no
I mean,
tutties.
one of them wasn't his fault with the Kelsey one.
He was
No
even off
touchdowns.
target to me on that. I mean, God, the amount of times I had to sit there and watch him bounce around, and credit to the Texans because they contained him. I know many teams probably go into the game like, okay, we got to contain him. We can't let him just do it.
But he has no running game though.
I'm gonna go
He
over
was
here.
the leading rusher. Like when your
Yeah.
quarterback's the leading rusher, what more? Like he's throwing the ball, he's running the ball. He might as well start calling plays for the team. Like man, like Mahomes is doing everything he can to try to win these games, but he's probably overwhelmed, overstressed, and that's why he's kind of missing some throws that he normally would make because he's just the burden's so heavy on his back. It's probably hurting him and it's causing him to have these bad throws. Because the Mahomes I know wins chips, he wins Super Bowls, he goes to the big dance. He's the number one seed in the AFC every year, and I mean, as long as you have Mahomes, you have a shot. So get rid of Kelsey, get a running back that can run the ball. I know they had Kareem Hunt, but he's old now. And Pacheco, I mean, I could probably just run as good as Pacheco can. But yeah, they just need to get a little bit more. Offensive line is atrocious. I feel like every time he drops back, that's part of why he has to. I mean, that's why he has to like run around and do the plays that you hate, that backyard football that you hate on. It's because he has no offensive line. As soon as he drops back, he's getting like three,
Well,
four
by
defenders right on him.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, any
And
team.
they rushed discipline too, man. They were so good. That defense
Yeah.
is so good.
So
And it's
cut
just
Mahomes
that their
some
offense.
slack, please.
God, I just think about. Could you imagine if the Rams had? I mean, I'm happy we have the defense we do, but oh my God, dude, that defense is insane. Paired with an offense that's explosive as like Lions, Rams, Cowboys. Oh, dude, unreal. And you'd be the '07 Patriots. Jeez, they're that good. Yeah.
Yeah, but credit to Mahomes doing his best he can, man. I have a hot take about the Chiefs, but we'll save that for when we get
Yeah,
there.
stay tuned. Stay tuned. We got some fun hot takes apparently. Let me hang on. Let me just take a glance at the Texans box score. CJ Stroud made his completion percentage wasn't great either. Only 203 yards. Not a crazy day, but he did make the plays as needed. He hasn't had a great statistical year,
He hasn't been the same as his rookie year. I don't know what's going on, but I know this year he missed a couple of games from that concussion, and I don't know, man. He's gonna just have to basically manage the game and not lose. He basically just has to not lose the game for the Texans, and they'll be all right because their defense is that good. Just don't lose the game. Don't turn the ball over and take care of the ball. If you get us 3 points, great. But the defense is that good where you can take field goals and rely on the defense to kind of shut the other team out.
Yeah,
that's basically what they did.
Sort of like, hey Stroud, hey offense, if you score 20, we win.
Yeah,
that's kind of how they feel.
Even when they played the Bills, I mean, the Bills only had 17 points, so they're really.
The Rams played them week 1. They beat them, but only scored 4. Now it's week 1. It's almost like week 1's so weird.
Yeah.
But Rams scored only 14 points and won the game.
Barely. But
barely won that one. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, man, their defense is legit. They could ride that defense to the Super Bowl, and as long as, like I said, just CJ Stroud just manage the game for us, man. You don't gotta be Superman. Just be Ken Clark. We'll be all right. We'll handle the rest. Just do your job. Take care of the ball. Get us some points if you can. If you can't, as long as they don't, as long as you guys can at least get 10, 20 points, we gotta secure the dub.
Don't give up any points on offense. Just definitely don't do that.
Yeah.
And we'll keep you in this game. Yeah, that defense is crazy. Yeah. One of the craziest I feel like I remember in recent seasons. I know Denver's good, Green Bay, but
no, their defense is different.
Not like theirs. Yeah, that defense is just violent. They're disciplined. They're smart. They stay on assignment. They do their job. You love to see
Anderson's a stud. I know they're our rival, but I really like Will Anderson. I feel like he's everywhere. Every time I watch the Texans play, he's always like. He might not get the sack or tackle, but he's just causing disruption everywhere he goes. He's a problem. So I like the Texans team. I mean, their defense is really good. I just offensively they leave a lot to be desired, but their defense is so good that you can let the offense slide a little bit and just put faith on the defense to get the job done.
Man, do they have a remaining game against the Jaguars? Is that next week? No,
I don't know. I have to check the schedule.
Yeah, I don't have the schedule. Let's see. Who do they play? Because no one has any buys anymore.
No, I think who had the last buy? I think you guys did. I think.
No. San Fran and the New England maybe.
Oh yeah. They had a buy this past week. Let me see.
You know what? Maybe are we? Why am I having trouble finding them here? Oh, they play the Cardinals. Ugh. Next week. The Texans play the Cardinals next week.
Do they play the Jaguars again?
Raiders. Let's see. Chargers.
And
they're going to have a divisional match the last week. Everyone does. Let's see who it is. Colts.
They might win out, honestly.
Yeah. Listening to that schedule, that's not too crazy, man.
The Chargers would be a good test.
Will they?
Other than that, if Justin Herbert gets his other hand back, there'll be a good test.
Okay. If you say so.
But yeah, as long as because the way he was playing yesterday, you would almost think he didn't. It's like he almost forgot he had
he disregarded
freshly Yeah, like a freshly, operated hand. Like he was running, trying to run defenders. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you're out here playing reckless. Like it's a damn playoff game. Like, relax, buddy. It's week 14 of the damn season. You guys aren't that far off from the playoffs. But yeah, as long as they have Justin Herbert and he's fully healed, I think that'll be a good game for the Texans. It'll be a good test for them to see where they're at. And the rest of them are like cupcake games. So,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
pretty much a walk in the park.
yeah.
Damn.
Texans, they stand a chance, man. It'll be tight between them and the Jags. I didn't take a close look at their schedule, but
The
I think
Jaguars,
they have a harder one, if I recall.
I trust the Texans more than just because their defense is so good. The Texans defense, and I know
Yeah,
we got belt put to ass on us, but we were demoralized
yeah, yeah.
once
That
we
that game
lost
was
our
over.
quarterback. Yeah, it was pretty much over. And you could see the energy leave the stadium for us.
Hmm.
But as far as the Jaguars, I like the Texans more just because their defense is legit, and the
Yeah, the
Jaguars, I
Jaguars are
don't
a
know.
little banged up, man.
Offensive, I don't, it's just Trevor Lawrence, man. He's just, I've from the hype he had coming into the league, like I feel like he's been kind of a bust to be honest. Just because if you're like this hot top prospects and it's like Andrew Luck, you should be making the playoffs every year. Winning the division every year. If you're that guy that they say you are, you should be winning the division every year. I feel like, and Trevor Lawrence, he's like up and down. Like yeah, against us this past Sunday, he looked like a fucking Tom Brady, Peyton Manning out there just throwing dots all over the field. But
Yeah.
like I said, we were already kind of morally defeated and gave up a little bit. So we'll see how the Jaguars do. But I trust the Texans to win the division and the Jaguars to kind of slowly fall apart a little bit.
Jaguars have Jets, Broncos, Colts, Titans. So they have the Broncos game. That's going to be tough. The rest of those
Broncos should
feel
be a good
winnable.
game. Yeah, they'll probably beat us. Titans, they'll probably beat the Titans.
So,
Um,
I mean, the
the
Texans could be
Jets,
staring down the barrel of having a win out and pray that the Broncos take care of them.
yeah. Damn, this is like a really close
Yeah,
year for a lot of
it
teams.
is. God, no team really feels like they have any margin for error. No one
No,
does.
we didn't.
Oh,
And
the
then we,
Eagles, I guess. The Eagles do now.
a little bit because
A
they lost
little.
too. I
They
think
have like
they're
a
like what
yeah,
eight
like a
and
game
five,
or two cushion or something
and
like that. Yeah.
yeah, which could easily go away if they keep playing the way they're playing. But
Definitely. Yeah. I'm not
I wouldn't
familiar
say
with
they're
their
too
remaining
comfortable.
schedule, but yeah, for sure, man. Um but yeah, this was a crazy game. The Chiefs just don't look like the Chiefs we've grown accustomed to. Andy Reid even making bad decisions. Mahomes can't complete a pass. Unable to get the ball downfield. Man, I feel like they missed Tyreek too. Like they just don't
Yeah,
have a
they don't
reliable,
have
an
a deep
all
threat.
reliable receiver. It feels like guys dropping passes all over the place. Have been all year. It's completely out of sync. Like they don't practice together. Like they expect. I don't know what they expect to roll their arrowheads out there and win. I don't know.
Yeah, they need to rebuild a little bit. Keep Mahomes, obviously, but it's time to rebuild. Because they need a whole new offensive
You
line.
think
They need
Kelsey could
some.
be a tight end coach or something for them just to stay in the organization? People love him.
Nah, he could go away. I, I mean, I'm not a Chiefs fan, but
You could go
he could.
back to podcasting, bitch.
Yeah, I mean, nah. And I saw a debate saying that Gronk. Who do you think is a better who? Because it's between pretty much Gronk and Kelsey as the GOAT tight ends. I personally, from seeing their primes, I don't know. Gronk was such a fucking. He was like a fucking tank running back, just bulldozing defenders. And I think he's the greatest tight end of all time. I don't. I know Kelsey had longevity. He's got the longevity, but man, Gronk when in his prime, Gronk was like unguardable. Damn near it felt like.
To me, it's weird because Gronk is a better athlete to me, and
He
Kelsey's like
could.
a smarter player.
Kelsey's
More
like a he's like a glorified receiver pretty much. He's
kind
just like a
of.
big
He
receiver.
goes out there and he finds the soft spot in the zone. He probably has a lot of hot routes. He could probably do a lot on the fly. Mahomes trusts him to just, hey, do something and get open. Read the defense
Yeah,
yourself, and if I can't find something else, I'll just look at you and assume you're going to be there for me.
Gronk could block. He could catch the ball, and when he caught the ball in the open field, he was like so hard to take down because he was so big. Pause. But he was just like a tank. He was like running defenders over. Like I remember every time they would play the Colts, bro, it felt like we couldn't get him down.
Yeah.
And I don't know, he was just so dominant.
He was a
He was
physical force. He really was.
he was. So the the debate for me, I lean towards Gronk being the GOAT tight end over Kelsey.
Yeah, they're
I'm also
just
just not the
so
biggest Kelsey
different.
fan.
They're so different in their game. Their game is so different, even though they play the same position. It's so hard to almost compare. Like, they truly are an apples to oranges sort of comparison for two
They're both
players that
tight
play
ends,
the same,
the same
position.
position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sort of like, hey, who's better? I don't know, Michael Vick or Andrew Luck or something. I don't know. It was something like
Yeah. I get what you mean. Plus, Kelsey just kind of seemed like a douchebag off the field.
yeah, he's got a little bit of that douchey energy. Maybe that's why Taylor likes him so much, Got a little bit of douchey edge. Some chicks like that,
Yeah, they do.
A little bit of a can be a douchebag occasionally type energy. I didn't have it written down on the topics. I forgot to put it in here, but we absolutely have to talk about the next game. It'll be our final game. Absolutely have to talk about Eagles-Chargers.
Whew, that was a atrocious game. That was turnover city. You have Justin Herbert running with one hand, like he don't have a broken, freshly operated hand, fumbling the ball. Yeah, Jalen Hurts throwing interceptions, but it feels like every damn time he drops back, throw the ball, it felt like it was a pick. And that one play where he throws a pick and then he gets, or was it a? Yeah, he throws a pick. The guy fumbles it. He gets the ball back, and then Hurts fumbles it again. He basically had like what two? Did that count as two turnovers for him?
Yeah, I think it was
Interception
like
and
an
a fumble?
insane, like, -4 fantasy points kind of play. Like, it was an
was
insane amount of
crazy. I've never
negative
seen anything
points.
like that. Like, I was like, oh shit, he got his own. He basically got the ball back.
Now,
after
it's
he just threw
weird.
that
You
pick.
you imagine a scenario where it's like, okay, maybe it's possible. Like, you can't lose the ball. I'm thinking, okay, you could fumble, recover your fumble, then throw an interception, but then it wouldn't be 2 turnovers because you'd recover
Yeah.
your own fumble. To have an interception and then a fumble in a play at quarterback, it's like unheard of.
Yeah, it was bizarre to see. I mean, it was an ugly game overall. It was
Yeah,
just
horrible.
if you the best way to probably watch it would have been the Monsters Inc. version that they did on I think Disney Plus or something. That probably would have been tolerable to watch.
Yeah,
but man, that game was
I
just
wish I checked it on that
ugly
because what
game.
a horrible, boring ass. It wasn't
It was
boring
just-
in the sense,
It
but
was just terrible.
It was just
Terrible
bad
play.
play. Yeah,
Yeah, it was terrible play. Justin Herbert, he's out here running like a running back,
Crippled.
he's not crippled. Like every time I see him take a hit, I'm like, dude, like, are you trying to break your hand? Like,
Yeah.
break your hand again? Like,
Are you trying
you
to
see
end
him
your
grimacing
season?
and playing? Yeah, like, are you trying? It's not a playoff game. It's not like a do or die, like go home type game. Like, you have life after this. Like, live to see the next game, bro. Like, run out of bounds, stop getting hit. And like, it looked like he didn't like. I don't know. Like the Eagles' defensive line is really good, though. They were
They are
putting a lot of
so
pressure on
good,
them.
dude. They are.
They're really
but
good.
The Chargers do have, I think, their 2 tackles or whatever out. I think it's their tackles, not their guards. So like, the Eagles
Eagles
had
still did
such
pressure.
an edge,
Yeah,
man. Such
yeah.
an edge coming into this game. And they overwhelmed the Chargers. Their pressure
They
was there
overwhelmed Herbert.
immediately. I felt bad for Herbert. He already had the hand situation, and the guys are crowding him in within 1 second. He's like,
Yeah.
I gotta get out of here or do something.
Here-
And then
that
he
one
run
play where
out
he
and
just
get like
runs.
2 yards and get clobbered for it. He get like
No, that
8
one
yards.
play. You remember that one play where he like just runs right into the crowd of defenders? I'm like, I remember I must be like, why is he just running right into the defensive line? Like he scrambled around, then he runs right down the middle of the defensive line, like they're not gonna just tackle him right then.
Well,
there
I
on
mean,
the
at a
spot.
certain point, you just like run out of ideas. You're like, maybe if I just run right at them, they'll think I'm going the other way. I'm actually just heading toward. I don't know. Like I'm
Yeah.
running out of ideas. Like nothing works.
And then just to end the game, it was just like the story of the game for the Eagles, man. Hurts. He gave the game away pretty much. Like
That was a
he almost
crazy
had a-
interception though to end the game.
It was.
I was
He
like, whoa,
batted
they
it,
intercepted. Yeah,
and
crazy.
then the other guy caught it. Like,
Yeah, like,
great
great
defensive play
reaction
by the
time.
Chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah, great play by the Chargers. AJ Brown, he had a good game. I don't think he got over 100 yards. I think he got stuck at 99. Last time I saw it, the last catch he had, from what I recall, was put him at 99 yards because he was like on back-to-back 100 yards straight games. The last 2 games he had over 100 yards. So I think he finished with 99. I could be wrong, but from the last time I saw him catch the ball, they say he was at 99, and I don't. And that was that last drive where Hurts intercepted the threw the interception to end the game. But yeah, it was just Eagles, man. This is three L's in a row, 3 L's in a
Yeah.
row now, I think. So they really, really need to get it together. The Cowboys, lucky for them, the Cowboys did lose their last game, so that kind of gives them a little bit of breathing room. But the Cowboys could be right on their ass, so they need to figure things out. They have the pieces there. I mean, Saquon finally broke off for a big run after like feels like forever now, but
Yeah,
it
he
was
got a
that
big one. He got a
finally
splash play,
finally
explosive. Yeah.
yeah finally, and yeah, the Eagles. This remind me of the season they had 2 years ago where they just fell apart at the end, and God knows what happened. But I don't know. I feel like they just have there's so much talent on paper that they're gonna just figure it out eventually. They got to. They have to. They have to. They can't. They have too much talent on paper to just not win the next couple games.
I don't know, dude. It's so weird because I looked at this game and I was thinking, the Eagles have the guys, they have the horses. At some point, it's so obvious they're going to win this game. The
Yeah, that's how I
Chargers
feel
are
every
just
time.
on offense. They just feel overwhelmed. Like they're barely managing to get points. They're lucky to get what they got, and it was just a nightmare for them. Everything felt like it hurt. And you just like, okay, no matter how bad the Eagles are, it's going to be one of those games where the Eagles could play so crappy and win, just like every other year. It's like, what's going on? Why do the Eagles get all these like fake easy games, like these fraudulent games? And not this time. They were that bad. I mean, man, they were bad. I don't know that Jalen feels confident to throw it down the field, really. Like, I don't know. Like, he
He
just
had
not
one
seeing
good ball
yeah.
to AJ Brown, but the defender made a hell of a play, knocked it out. But other than that, it was just a horrible game. He had
Yeah.
a horrible game.
And I think he entered this game with only 2 picks on the season.
And you know what else I saw?
What?
If he would have had a higher rating if he spiked every time he threw the
It's
ball.
another one of those.
That's how bad it was. Yep.
No, you never want to hear that.
Yeah.
No,
He would have had a better QBR if he spiked every time he had the ball.
Jalen. No, not the
So I was like, damn.
bro. You don't go full JJ McCarthy. You never want to go full JJ McCarthy, bro. That's not
You
okay.
can't even sign a JJ. He had a hell of a game this Sunday. But he'll the Cinderella story is gonna probably end next week for JJ. But yeah, I don't know. That was crazy. I thought the Eagles gonna figure it out because they let the Chargers let them hang around to even get them to overtime. And then I'm like, all right, well, overtime they were marching down the field. I'm like, this is probably it. The Eagles got away again and they won a close game and that crazy interception happened and it ended the game. So. I don't know, man. Like you said, the defensive line is really good for the Eagles. It's just offensively, they just needed to get it together.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that
Hurts, they
defense
need to
is
have
going to
a
start
player
getting
only
pissed.
meeting. Yeah, they need to have a player only meeting or something
Well, what the
and
defense needs to do is sit the offense down and give them a good lecture.
get it together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good
get it
ass
together.
whooping.
Yeah, but I'm sure you're happy.
I
Rams getting a
mean,
little bit more breathing room.
yeah,
A little bit more breathing room.
yeah, but honestly, that wasn't even a priority. They do hold a tiebreaker with the Rams because of that game early in the season. But anytime a playoff team in the NFC loses, it's good for us, especially against an AFC team because I know we don't really, they're not in our playoff picture. So I guess technically that is good for us, but the Eagles weren't exactly like the team I really want to lose. Seahawks and 40. Please get these guys out of here, man. Seahawks and 49ers. Yeah, let them lose a
Yeah.
game. Somebody please help us. Those are the priority right now. We do have the Lions game coming up. We have control of our own destiny with that, so that's good. Green Bay, it would be nice to see drop a game too. But that's a lot of hopium. Honestly, it may come down to just the Rams
Yeah.
needing to win out. And they can. They're good enough to do that.
They're that good to do it.
But
Yeah.
you know how football is. They got Seahawks and Lions on their schedule, and those are losable
But I also
games.
feel like you want to get that one loss out the way because
We did.
eventually
I
you're gonna lose
consider
the
that
game.
Carolina.
Okay.
I consider that Carolina. Going into the playoffs at 14-3 is reasonable.
Okay. maybe set if you guys have enough of a lead where you can set out the last game of your starters, give them some rest,
I
give
don't
them
think
two
that's
weeks
gonna.
off.
Man,
If yeah, that would be crazy. Hopium right
you
there.
would need
But
to
if
beat. You would need to beat the Seahawks, of course. Beat the. You basically need
yeah,
to win every other game before that
ex-
game, and then also have the
the
49ers
Seahawks and
lose
49, the 49ers lose a couple
and
games.
the Packers lose, and possibly the
Yeah,
Bears. God, you need basically every playoff team to lose a game.
yeah. Damn, I can't recall like a season being this close where, because usually the number one seed they're well far ahead where they could rest their starters at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
year.
Yeah.
And this year is like so close. At least in the NFC,
Detroit
the
or
AFC.
Detroit last year was 15-2 and couldn't, or 14-2 going into the final game and couldn't rest there. So
Yeah,
end of the season at 15-2 had to play it out.
yeah. So
Only
it'll
to
be
have a
interesting to
first
see how
round
the year
exit.
plays out.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
really
it'll be
will.
it'll be interesting to see.
This NFC playoff picture is nuts.
It is.
Is nuts, man. Looking back at that Carolina game, how crucial. I mean, to
Good
me,
times.
honestly, saying, "Oh, we better get a loss out of the way," it sounds good when you say it, but it's really, truthfully, a logical fallacy. Like, you don't need to lose. No one ever needs to lose. So, I don't know. We did have a couple other minor topics. I think we're gonna skip them. I do have one fun one, but we can save it for a week that doesn't have this many games because we're already an hour and a half, and I figured as much, So might as well keep things rolling with our major topics. What we got left. Next up, we do have Power Tiers, brought to you by me. Let's see here. Gonna go ahead and share that bad boy there. Whoop. We're gonna go full screen for you.
Okay, I was like, I can't now see. I'm blind. I'm blind as a bat. All right, for my okay. All right, yeah. Go ahead and break down these tiers for us, Fist. Let us know what's going on, man. Every week's a new tier list.
All right, let me get my screen working. All right, so we got a number of tiers this week. Seven tiers. We start at the top. These are Super Bowl or bust. Very vanilla name. Nothing crazy here. I think each of these teams are looking at their season saying, "This is probably this is our year, and if we don't win the Super Bowl year, that's a disappointment." Anything short of a Super Bowl win, and this year's, we're going to look back on this as a bad year. Like, we didn't get done what we really needed to, and we're that good of a team. Every team in this tier thinks that way. Fixable flaws. These are teams that have a certain amount of flaws to them, I feel. But they are fixable. If they get hot at the right time and have the right team meetings, coaches fix whatever, players fix whatever, they start doing their jobs, playing cleaner football, they're all solid teams. They can upset the teams in the tier above them. Now, this tier is interesting. I call this timeout tier. I hated the game so much between the Chargers and the Eagles that it was like watching an episode of Football Follies. It was a disaster. And then maybe I cut the Chargers a little slack, broken hand, blah, 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 tackles out. Yeah, it just sucked. It was a crappy game. And the fact that they made me go to overtime, I'm putting them in timeout. We did not deserve overtime in that game. I was ready to play some Metroid Prime 4, and you made me sit around and wait and watch your stupid game. It was crap. So you guys are in timeout. Honestly, if it weren't for that, I would have because I had them before the Monday Night Football game. I had the Chargers in the lowest in the second tier, and I had the Eagles highest in the third tier. So, I mean, they were right next to each other going into that game, and nothing changed. So I just put them both in timeout. You hate you guys for what you did to me. Then the next tier is fundamental flaws. You had fixable flaws, 2 tiers up, above timeout. These are fundamental flaws. These are teams that they cannot win the Super Bowl. Even if they get hot and go on a run, they're too fundamentally flawed. I don't care how hot they get, how much they try to work on things. They're just not winning the Super Bowl. The teams 2 tiers above them are too good to get past. You're just not going to be able to do anything. Making the playoffs is pretty much your ceiling. If you win one game, oh my God, your season's a success. Mike Tomlin could possibly save his job by doing that. Alive. The next tier, alive, according to the math, meaning technically, mathematically, you are technically still in the playoff hunt. If not winning your division right now, but I don't know how much longer that's going to last. You're pretty much, by all accounts, dead. 82 and counting. That's the next tier. Question mark. 82 and counting. This is I struggle to come up with a name for this one. So I Googled it, and under a very quick Google search, the AI told me, since Dan Marino retired, the Dolphins have had 40 different starting quarterbacks, and since the Browns were reintroduced as a expansion franchise in 1999, they have had 42 quarterbacks. That is a combined total of 82 starting quarterbacks since that transitionary period in their franchises. And how much longer are these guys they currently have going to last? We don't know. They're so dysfunctional, it's hard to say. They could ship Tua elsewhere, and I could see the same for Shador. They're a confusing situation. Will their quarterbacks even last there? They've had tons of starting quarterbacks. Who's to say that won't continue? They're a mess. And then the last tier is voted off the island. Thank you, goodbye. You're no longer on Survivor Island. You are trash. And that's the tier list. Any commentary from you, AZ?
Yeah. So, the top of the top, Super Bowl or bust. I'm going to need to take off. I'm going to need to swap some teams around. So, I'm going to need to swap.
Let me guess,
I'm
Buffalo?
going to swap. Yeah. Buffalo for the Pats. Just because, they have Josh Allen. Every year they're expected to make the playoff run. They're expected to basically make the Super Bowl. And with Mahomes pretty much out the picture, and Burrow out the picture, this is probably their best year to make that run. So I feel like it's pretty much Super Bowl or bust for them because that window is going to stay open only for so long before it closes. So I'm going to have to put the Bills up there, take off the Pats. Just because, did you expect the Pats to be where they're at this year?
No, but it's hard to deny that their quarterback is playing amazing and they are well coached.
Well,
I know they have a cupcake schedule,
it's
but
too early. It's like the Bears. It's too early. You're not supposed to be here yet.
Okay.
Next year, maybe, but
are you ignoring the fact that, first of all, the Bills almost lost against the Bengals? They really caught a break. And B, although we love when Josh Allen, the Pats beat them. They got another game coming up against the Pats. That's going to tell us a lot. But I know we love to see when Josh Allen puts the cape on because it's fun to watch. It's amazing to watch. Yeah. He's a hell of an athlete. Maybe he's a physical specimen at quarterback. You couldn't grow him better in the lab if you tried. However, every other game they play looks ugly to me. Even if they win ugly, it's like, oh man, you can't play like that all the time in the playoffs. I mean, I know the teams in the playoffs you don't have Mahomes, Lamar, and Burrow, but like, bro, you're gonna have to get some consistency together. And I have them high. It's not like I have them; they're like bombs or anything. They have fixable flaws. Is that not fair to say in some degree?
I mean, they do have fixable flaws, but
do the Patriots have many flaws? Other than being young and unproven, which is sort of just like a vibe.
Yeah. No, the Patriots are a well-rounded team, defensively and offensively. But it's just, for me, like, it's a quarterback-driven league. So I feel like this is, if Allen really wants to make a name for himself in history, than just being a guy or a great player who just never went to a Super Bowl, he really needs to, like, this is probably the best year for him to make that statement and be like, I'm one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
That's true. That's all true. But
so that's how I see, like, this is,
that doesn't
now
make
or
him a
never time
top tier
moment.
team, does it?
With that quarterback, it's just like if the Patriots don't make the Super Bowl, are we gonna really consider their year a failure? Would you consider, like, oh, all right?
No, but
so
but
if the Bills don't,
yeah, the Bills are Super Bowl or bust, but that doesn't make them a top tier team.
It doesn't make them a top tier team, but that's the name of the category, Super Bowl or bust. So I feel
I see what you're saying.
Patriots could be one and done in playoffs, but we're gonna be like, well, they were a young team. They've proven a lot of people wrong. They didn't have these high expectations, but next year we're gonna want to see more out of the Patriots. Maybe they'll finally make that Super Bowl next year. But if the Bills are one and done in playoffs, we're gonna be like, oh, Josh Allen once again he can't make it to the big dance. He can't win. He can't prove it in the playoffs. That Super Bowl window's closing for the Bills. What else do they have to do to make that Super Bowl? Like we're gonna be saying that as opposed to what we'll be saying for the Patriots if they lose in the playoffs. So that's how I feel. And honestly, I would swap out the Seahawks for the Packers just because the Packers were pretty much like preseason favorites to make the Super Bowl after they got Micah. And I mean, yeah, they got Sam Darnold, Seahawks, but let's be honest, I didn't think they were going to be this good. I didn't think they were going to be having the record they have right now. And so I would say it's because the fixable flaws is kind of hard because that makes it seem like they're a bad team. But I wouldn't say the Seahawks are Super Bowl buzz just because if they lose in the playoffs, we're going to be like, well, this season was a failure. No, I'm sure the fan base will be happy with the results. They'll be happy with the future they have with Sam Darnold. So it's kind of hard to say if the Seahawks don't make the Super Bowl, it's a bust.
But there's no guarantee that next year you're going to have this kind of year. So they're looking at it
There
like
isn't.
this. We're playing so well. We are 10 and we're tied for the best record in the NFC. We're playing insanely good football. There's no reason why we shouldn't and couldn't get it done this year.
Yeah, but it just feels like the Packers. They were this young team coming up these last couple of years. Now they're here. Now they got Micah. It's kind of like this is it. Like this is we're trying so hard to get to over that hump and make it to the Super Bowl again. And I feel like for them it's Super Bowl or bust. They made their blockbuster trade, and I mean it's not like a. I guess you maybe so if you want to leave the Seahawks there, that's fine. You can swap them out with the Broncos because the Broncos do have flaws. I feel like offensively they just need to get more consistency out of Bo Nix.
I mean, as far as the AFC goes, do you feel like the only team that deserves to be up there is the Bills? The Bills and a bunch of NFC teams?
Yeah, it's just like because the AFC is just full of young team, like young quarterbacks. Like the two top teams in the AFC are young quarterbacks. Like Lamar is not up there this year. We see what's going on with the Chiefs. We see what's going on with the Bengals. Like the Bills are the only ones that are like with the seasoned quarterback, veteran quarterback like Allen that are like kind of hanging around for the playoffs. All the other top dogs are about to pretty much miss the playoffs. It looks like. So I don't know. Like the Broncos and Pats are just young teams to me that are having great years, but it's not your time yet. That's how I feel like it's not your time yet, young buck. Sit down somewhere, let Allen finally, get to the big game and see how he does in the Super Bowl. Because let's be honest, would you rather see Bo Nix or Drake May in the Super Bowl? Or would you rather see Josh Allen?
Um, Depends. Are the Rams in it? uh, Hypothetically, I think it would be more interesting, in my opinion, as a storyline to see Josh.
Exactly. And that's why I fall in with the Super Bowl or bust because
I like the Rams' chances against Josh. I do. I don't know if I even like the Rams' chances as much against Denver in New England as I do the Bills. It sounds crazy to say. I know you think they're just better, but I think the Rams match up fine against the Bills.
let's see how the Bills do against the Patriots because they do have another game against them, and then like you said, that'll tell us a lot. If the Bills can win that game and beat the Patriots, that'll kind of, I guess, for me, it'll show me that I was right. That this is the Bills' year to finally make a run, and it'll also show that Patriots they're a young team and it's not their time yet, and that's okay. Your time will come if you keep improving upon what you already have. But it's the Bills. This is their best opportunity because. Mahomes can only be kept away for so long. Burrow can only be kept away for so long before they come back. Or maybe these younger quarterbacks, they might, have a better team next year and they might cause problems for the Bills. And that Bills team will just fade away and we'll be wondering, well, what happened to Josh Allen? Why couldn't he get to the Super Bowl? Why doesn't he have a ring? And he'll just fall in a category with Phillip Rivers as great quarterback who just doesn't make it to the Super Bowl. So this is
I
their
think it would
best
be
year.
even more tragic than Phillip. I think
Well, yeah,
if
'cause
Josh
he has
misses
an
it and
MVP.
never makes it to a Super Bowl, that would be probably one of the most tragic quarterback stories in the league.
Yeah, because Rivers doesn't have an MVP. Allen does, and
And
yeah,
Josh
this
Allen, like I said, he's got every possible tool you could ever want a quarterback to have.
so he has to, man. I just feel like he has to, and I personally just a fan, NFL fan. I'd rather see Josh Allen in the Super Bowl than Drake May or Bo Nix.
No, Drake
But
may eventually.
he could.
Drake may eventually get to that level where we consider him among the elite, where it's like, okay, now it's your time. Like,
Yeah,
you
because he
know,
showed flashes last year, his rookie year, and this year is just kind of coming along. And probably by next year, he might, fully take off. There's a conspiracy that he might be Tom Brady's kid because he like cloned his dog or something, and
oh yeah,
he like donated his DNA for cloning. So
he's
he
Tom
could
Brady's
be
clone.
Tom Brady's clone, man.
Let me
That'd be
ask you:
that'd
are
be
you
that'd be
familiar with
crazy.
the nickname Drake? Drake May? What is? What's the story behind that? Have you heard that?
Heard that in my life.
Okay, I see that a
Drake
bunch in
May.
comments about the Patriots. Sort of Drake May. Like
Drake May.
I don't know where that came from. It must be some internal Patriots meme that caught on.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. I don't know what the Patriots got going on besides them being top of the AFC.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, let's take a look. Fundamental flaws. Yeah, that's pretty solid. Alive according to the math. Yeah, we'll basically be voted off the island in the next couple of weeks. So we're just dying a slow death at this point.
I might keep you
And
on alive on machine, you know.
life support,
Yeah, on life
vegetable
support.
state.
That's what in a vegetative state down there with the Browns and
82 and
Dolphins.
counting. Yeah, the Dolphins. I mean, they what won 4 in a row now. So maybe they'll keep Tua. That would buy Tua another year if he stops snitching too. You need to stop snitching. The Browns, they might have their quarterback in Shador, man. He balled out against the Titans. What did he throw over 360 yards or something like that? Couple like 4 touchdowns, and then take him out of the game for the 2-point convert. I mean, I don't know why they went for it in the first place, but the Browns just need to get rid of the coaching staff. Obviously, they don't believe in Shador, so get rid of them. Get a coach that believes in Shador. You see what Ben Johnson's doing for Caleb Williams. If you can find so much success like that with Shador, they might have, I know they still have Deshaun Watson, who might be coming back. He's practicing or something, and they still owe him like a shit ton of. That might be the worst contract in NFL history, honestly.
It's probably the worst free agent
Up there with,
signing or whatever it was.
yeah, up there with Russell Wilson, his worst contracts in NFL history with the Broncos. But yeah, I think the Browns have potential to maybe next year be contenders. Voted off the island. I mean, J.J. McCarthy, you got, man. He balled out this Sunday. You weren't impressed? He had 3 touchdowns. I mean,
I know.
he
I
barely
put him
had
at the
160
top. I
yards.
put him at the top of voted off the island. He was, he was one of those contestants the teams reluctantly voted off. They're like, we got to vote somebody off this week, and we like him.
Saints
He's
won.
kind of like the football's mascot. We like talking about him. We like hearing about him. What did JJ do this week?
There's a meme about him. Your quarterback got 9'd because he gave himself a
nined.
nickname, the 9.
Yeah.
So
His mental state. Like his I have a screw loose state. Yeah, no one's intimidated by that, man. That did you see that short of the locker room?
yeah, when they give him the ball,
The game
yeah,
ball. Yeah, that was
yeah.
about the cringiest thing I've ever seen.
he's like all huffing and puffing, like, man, relax,
I
man.
know, over there talking to himself like he's what's that Vikings defensive lineman? I forget his name. So long ago.
The guy that you said like the black man,
yeah,
like the black face paint.
Yeah. What's
He
his
was like
name?
undrafted. I don't remember. I know what you're talking about. He was undrafted, and
Yeah, but he
turned
used to
into a
always
Hall
be
of Famer.
crazy too. He had
Yeah,
a bunch of
I know what you're
crazy
talking about.
mic'd
He
up.
played in the '90s with Randy Moss and
Randall,
Chris Carter.
something Randall, John Randall. No,
I was
man,
gonna say Randall
Randall's
Cunningham, but that was the quarterback. Yeah,
Randall
I know what you're
sounds-
talking about though.
yeah, Randall sounds right. Something Randall, but yeah, it kind of had that kind of feel to me. Both Vikings, by the way, interesting. Must be something about the horn on the side of their head, but yeah, it kind of had that feel to me. But it was just way more cringe. Like I just didn't.
It
feel
was super cringe. I'm like, dude, like relax, bud.
Yeah.
You barely could throw 200 yards in the pass-friendly league. Like,
I prefer my quarterback to have more the energy of Peyton, Stafford, Tom.
cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah,
I mean, Tom,
like,
he was
about
kind of a
their
psycho.
Yeah, but he was more of like
Tom was talking
motivator.
shit. He was talking shit in the field.
He would.
Yeah,
He was a
but
motivator
was also,
on
like,
the sideline.
when it comes
though.
to the
Let's
yeah,
go,
on the
laser
sideline.
focus,
Yeah, he was like, as much as I hate
lock
the guy.
in.
he did. He was a lot of people say he was a great leader, a great teammate. So I'm like, fuck. It's like that guy you hate, but he's just so damn
Yeah,
likable.
yeah. Like
But
you
you
said,
still try to hate
the
him.
perfect person or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Just
Yeah.
kidding. Shout out Tom Brady. Um, Other than that,
You
yeah,
know,
the
if
list is
you
pretty.
saw him in real life, you'd screech like a little schoolgirl and run to get an autograph. Let's be real.
Whoa, whoa. If it ain't number 15 from Arrowhead, I ain't doing nothing. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
If
Don't
it ain't
clip
the
that.
Patrick Mahomes, it ain't for me.
No, I mean, I won't scream, but I'll be like, go
Tom,
Tom Brady.
take a picture, selfie.
I was like, how does it feel being the second greatest quarterback behind
Ah, you
Peyton
would
Manning?
not. You would not. You'd be
He's like,
like,
go
Tom,
fuck
you're the
yourself,
goat.
kid.
It's the goat. Ah. Although
No,
I'm not
but
gonna lie, I would totally be probably doing the same shit, man. I would want a picture with Tom. Give me, of course,
I had that
everyone
shit right up on
does.
eBay. Yeah, I mean,
Wait, you said
no,
what? Sell his signature?
I'll have that picture up on eBay signed by Tom Brady.
Oh, dude, that's
Uh,
why. That's why. You can't even ask these guys for autographs much anymore. I feel like.
Rogers caught on to a guy. I saw a clip where Rogers was like, called the guy out for what's he? He was like selling signatures and he refused to sign his stuff.
Yeah,
I forgot what he called him, but he called him something because
I
he caught
saw.
on to him.
I saw the same thing from George Lucas, Mark Hamill. I think maybe Harrison Ford did. A lot of the Star Wars guys have this reaction where they just won't sign shit. They just don't trust people,
Yeah.
So they do selfies now. If
Well,
they say if you're a real fan, you'd want a picture.
yeah,
That's
that's
what it
true.
is.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I try not to be, cause I've met some athletes and I just try to like, but the athletes I've met, I wasn't like a fan of the teams. Like I met Darren Waller when I was on the street as one of the fans when they came down here for the Super Bowl in Arizona. I met Tyrann Mathieu when I worked at Walmart. I rang him up. He was buying like a camera, and I
Well,
rang him up. I
Tyrann
didn't recognize
Mathieu,
him.
that's a big one, man.
Yeah, I didn't recognize him. I was like, "Is that really?" I was like, "Why would he be at Walmart getting a camera from electronics? Like, if I was rich like that, I'd be going to like Best Buy or something."
Best
But
Buy, yeah.
but I was like, then I looked him up. I was like, "Oh shit, that was him." And I was like, well, he was
Tyrann
like really
Mathieu,
quiet.
that's a
He was
big
really
one.
quiet. So I was like, he probably don't want to be like recognized. So I get some people don't want to be recognized and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but if it was Peyton Manning, I'd probably be like, oh shit,
I
Peyton
met
Manning.
Kurt
Like,
Warner. Peyton Manning would be awesome, dude. Peyton
yeah,
Manning.
Kurt Warner.
Yeah, I met Kurt
Kurt
Warner
Warner's
because they
cool.
were in St. Louis, and he has a disabled kid, mentally disabled kid. It's actually not by blood his kid. It's Brenda's. Brenda Warner's his wife's. But my mom worked with disabled kids, so he would do this thing, and I would go because Warner would show up and he'd bring some of the Rams. I think Bruce was there too. But man, I don't have that picture anymore. I haven't seen it in years. I don't know where it is. I wish I still had it. But
Took a picture of him.
yeah. Me and a friend back in grade school, because I was young and like 9, 10 years old, of course, when Warner was still here and at the peak of his power. But yeah, I got a picture with Warner, so that was cool.
Dang.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I wish I would have been. I mean, it'll be like impossible for me Peyton Manning, but
Oh yeah.
that would be like one of the.
Where does he
I mean,
even
there's
live?
other players from.
Louisiana?
I think he stays out here in Denver. Like I'm not in Denver, but I think he stays in Denver
Oh, he actually
from what I
lived out
hear.
in Denver now. That's crazy.
I think so. I know he don't like. I feel like he's more like. Cause the Colts kind of kicked him out when he didn't want to leave, and with his neck surgery and everything, the Colts kind of like
Well,
gave
they
him the
had
boot.
to. They had to. Like.
I wasn't a
Can you
fan of that
blame 'em?
move.
I know.
No,
It's Peyton.
It's Peyton Manning. Like, dude, like he did so much for our franchise. I still hate that we did that to him. Like, yeah, we got Andrew Luck, but at what cost? Because Andrew didn't. Andrew pretty much left us high and dry, and he retired because he was
I
beat to hell.
I feel
So I can't
I
blame
would
him
have
for
been
that.
butthurt as hell having to get rid of Peyton on my team. I'll tell you that right now. I would have been
I
hurt.
was.
But at the same time, like logically, it's like
Sign him to
you're
a
never
one-year
gonna
deal.
get another shot in a drafted an Andrew Luck prospect. I mean,
Sign him to
the Colts.
1 or 2 year deal. Have Andrew Luck sit and watch Peyton Manning
Yeah,
go to work.
maybe. But the
Transition.
Colts felt like they were going from a Peyton to a Peyton.
Yeah,
That's what they felt like.
yeah. Because I mean, it was. I don't know. Well, I don't want to say kind of close, but damn, Andrew Luck was really, really good.
As
He
a
was,
prospect, he's one of the best ranked. Like
I think since
Dan Marino.
John
or
Elway.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Elway. I think he was the highest prospect since John Elway.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was really good. He took us to the playoff because remember we were like 2-14 the year we missed Payne, and then Andrew Luck turns the franchise around. He takes us to the championship game. We couldn't beat the Patriots. The Patriots just kept kicking our ass. That was our problem. And then he started getting hurt, and he just kept getting hurt. And like every year, it just seemed like he was never there. Every time I watched the Colts game, he was missing a game or two. He had his comeback player of the year of the season. He came back healthy, and then he retired.
Yeah.
He just randomly retired. He said, his game's not fun for me no more. I'm getting hurt. I don't blame
He
him
never
for that.
quite had the team or the coaching Peyton had either. Like Peyton had some good teams, some real good
He had
teams.
Marvin. His rookie year, he had Marshall Falk, and then he gets Marvin Harrison, and then we had Reggie Wayne, Dallas Clark. He had Jeff
Yeah.
Saturday as a center. He had a good offense. Like
Bob
the only thing Payne
Sanders.
didn't have, Bob. Well, Bob Sanders. The only problem with Bob, he was also never available. He always was hurt. And
Yeah.
I think that the year he fully plays healthy is the year they went to the Super Bowl because he made that much of a difference on the defensive side that we were able to finally get over the hump, beat the Patriots, and make it to the Super Bowl and take care of the Bears. But yeah, man, it's just. There'd be other. I'm a big fan of Adrian Peterson. That's like one of my favorite players ever. He'd probably charge me for an autograph right now because I know he's struggling financially. But Adrian Peterson, Jerry Rice, Charles Woodson. There's some players that aren't Colt players that I would love to get like a picture with or something like that, or
Yeah.
just talk to them.
I know this is way off topic. We'll have to move on to hot takes here in just a second. But last thing I'll add on the Peyton subject, Peyton might be the single most difference-making player in NFL history. Because you look at the season, they went 13-3, and then when he goes out the next season, they went 3-13. That gap is huge. I don't even know if Tom would account for that.
I think we
many
went 2-14. 2-14.
Oh, 2-14. I don't know, 11-win
Yeah.
gap.
Because we kind of tanked for luck, suck for luck.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. But
we
still,
just
I'm not
sucked.
sure
We
that team
sucked.
was good enough to actually win many more of the games than they did.
No, we got our ass kicked like every game. Peyton Manning was on the sidelines. He had his neck scar. It was just that was such a tough year, man. That was
It
like,
was,
I'm
but
damn.
it was, but like just
To me, that showed me like because remember Brady missed when he got out was ACL, whatever I think it was his ACL. The Patriots went 11-5. They missed the playoffs, but they went 11-5. We went.
But last year
2-14.
they went 16-0, so that's still a 5-year game gap. That's still a pretty
Yeah.
healthy gap, but no one has an 11-game gap like Peyton to say, hey, look, this is the difference between when I play and don't. 11 games? Oh, my God. Like, best team in the league to
Yeah.
worst team in the league. That's the difference? Woo-hoo. Jesus
They were saying he
Christ.
should have got MVP because that was the turn. Like we were like, because a couple years before that we were at the Super Bowl. So I'm like, okay, well, we might be a decent team without Payne, but obviously we're not gonna do much. But to go 2-14, it was just like every week I was like, damn, are we finally gonna win a game? Are we finally gonna win a game? Then we got just so bad where it was just like suck for luck. It started happening near the end of the season, and it was tough. Yeah, for me, that kind of sealed how good Peyton Manning was, that he was carrying that much of a load that the team went 2-14.
Well, I guess when
Yeah.
you have your game planner, your offensive coordinator, your quarterback, and your play caller all in one
Do it all.
go out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's like, oh my God, we don't even know how to do anything anymore. Like, what do we
Yeah,
do?
It was terrible football.
We don't know how
terrible
to
football.
do this, and like we lost like 4 people. All right, so you don't have a problem with many other teams. Jaguars
was
doesn't
just-
bother you too much.
The rest of the it was just basically just those couple teams, but the rest pretty much all the way down is pretty solid.
Okay,
Pretty solid. This is probably one of your better lists.
you
tier
think
lists.
so? One of the more clean. We're starting to figure teams out. I think being after
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
Season's almost over.
Yeah,
You're gonna just see who teams are.
So it's less up to my like opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're starting to kind of figure it out. Though I still have some opinion, hotter takes in there. I think that timeout tier, like it was just so goofy that game. All right, so we're gonna turn it over to hot takes. Would you like to kick us off, AZ, with your first hot take?
Yeah, my first hot take is the Lions could win the NFC North. I wouldn't be surprised.
Dude, they got swept by Green Bay.
They did.
I don't
Anything's
know exactly
possible.
who have Green Bay and the Lions have on their schedule, but assuming they're of comparable difficulty, I'm gonna say this is kind of a hot take. They have two teams
I just feel
ahead
like
of
I
them.
don't know. I just feel like they've been so good these last couple of years that they're just gonna find a way to win.
But they don't even get
Dan
to play the
Campbell.
division leader. It's not so they don't
Yeah, they
control their
they,
own
they
destiny.
need to rely on the Packers falling apart a little bit,
And the
but
Bears. They both have to.
and the Bears. I mean, the Bears. I'm, s- I trust more the Lions than the Bears. I'm just gonna be honest.
And the Bears and the Packers still have a game against one another, too. So one of those teams are going to win. And the Lions absolutely would have to beat the Rams in order for this to happen. You think that's
That could happen.
okay? So you're
That
saying
could happen.
not only are they going to beat the best team in the league next week, but they're
Yep.
also going to get a lot of help from the football gods to take care of the other two teams ahead of them. I say this is a hot take. I think if they get in, it's going to be as a wild card.
Something tells me, man, they're just gonna. It's their destiny to win the division and make a good playoff run.
Yeah,
They got
this might be one of your hotter takes.
They got screwed over last year. I feel like so. This might be their year.
Yeah,
If
Hot
not,
take.
everything falls apart next year. Yeah.
yeah. All right. I almost wish I didn't put this one on here. The best offenses in the league have quarterbacks that play on schedule, and that is no mistake.
What do you mean by on schedule? Like they're stay in the pocket.
They're primarily pocket passers. You got the Lions, you got the Cowboys, you got the Rams. There's one other team, Seahawks, I guess. 49ers are getting hot. They're heating up, winning games by tons of points. Always a threat.
That's kind of because I mean these last couple of years.
Joe
it's been
Burrow
like
is back.
yeah, I was gonna say a lukewarm take just because the last couple of years everybody's been going crazy about the hybrid quarterbacks that could run and throw the ball, the Mahomes, the Allens, and it's like this year is like a renaissance of the pocket passer. We have the Burrows, the Staffords balling out, the Jared Goffs, and so yeah, I mean, this year you could say they're making the best quarterbacks, the pocket passers. They're making a comeback because these last couple of years, you want a quarterback that could run and throw the ball. You want a Lamar Jackson. You want a Mahomes
Yeah,
that
they
can
extend
scramble out.
plays. I feel like yes, they extend plays, but you need they rely they're starting to get exposed as relying on that way too much. Way too
Yeah,
much. And I think maybe defenses are starting to be able to respond a little bit better to that nonsense. Not like, it's not possible to still do it, but just like slightly better, maybe 10% better than they have been in the past at responding to the nonsense. Defensive lines are more cognizant of quarterbacks that like to do that a lot and what direction they like to go, where they like to favor, in what situations they're most likely to take off and where they're going to take off to. I think they prepare for that a lot now. And if you're a quarterback that can play on schedule in the pocket and carve a team up, you're going to have consistency. Like, that's a consistent recipe for success.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the greatest quarterbacks of all time pretty much are pocket passers for the most part. The Mannings, the Bradys, the Drew Brees, the Marinos. I mean, John Elway was a little bit of a runner. I mean,
Kinda.
but
He still was no
yeah,
Steve Young.
he
And
he was
Steve
no Steve
Young's,
Young, but he
yeah.
could move a little bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, Joe Montana was a pocket passer. So, yeah, I mean, if fundamentally you want a quarterback that could stay in the pocket and read the defense and carve the defense up mentally and, read the defenses, find the soft spot in the zones and have receivers that could be man coverage and create separation and give them ball out, quick release. Because that's also like one thing I do notice too that with the backyard quarterbacks that they hold onto the ball too long and if there's no separation, they take off and that could either lead to a fumble, lead to an injury, and sometimes could look a little sloppy. Sometimes, but that's what makes Mahomes so special is that damn, I sound like a Glazer. Is that he could he could make that backyard play, but he could also he could rely on the defenders or on the receivers to separate, and he could throw a dime on the run, and it's just like it's almost like he's throwing from the pocket, but he's not.
I
But
like
this year
to
he's been
I like to
missing
think I
that one.
set these traps for you to glaze Mahomes, but no, brother, you do that all on your own. I have nothing to do with it. But anyway, all right. So you're gonna say this is lukewarm, sort of medium rare.
Lukewarm take. Yeah,
All right.
just because of this year. If this was last year or the years prior, I'd be like, no, that's crazy. Because look at what Mahomes is doing. Look what Lamar's doing. Look what Allen's doing. But the pocket passers having a renaissance year this year. So kudos to them, man.
Yep, the old school. I love it. I like that style of play. But anyway, your turn.
The playoffs will suck without the Chiefs in it.
Oh no, hot ass
I-
take, piping
no,
hot.
You want to see the best on the big
They
stage.
ain't,
You want to see,
and they ain't.
but in the playoffs they are though. That's the
Nah.
thing. Like
They
if you
ain't.
want to see the Chiefs lose, you got to see them lose in the playoffs. You got to see them get knocked out in the championship fight.
You have to
These are
earn
re-
a playoff spot, and they have done nothing to earn it.
Well, that's the part where I struggle with. But I feel like would I rather see Drake May, Bo Nix, or would I rather see Patrick Mahomes?
At this
Nine
point,
times-
yeah.
No, I'd rather still see Mahomes work his magic and figure things out. Because playoff football is so different. They like hit second gear in playoffs. So I'd rather see the
Careful,
Chiefs
you're
in the
you're
playoffs.
you're gearing up for a clippable moment here. I feel.
It's just like
um,
it's because you like I'm a Tom Brady hater through and through. But I don't want to see Tom Brady miss the playoffs. I want to see someone beat him in the playoffs where they'd be like, yeah, they made the playoffs this year, but we took them out. We're the ones that took out the big giant, the big bully.
look, man,
You gotta knock out the champ in the championship fight.
they did. The champ was not good. They did. Everyone
They
did.
didn't. No, that's the problem. They didn't take it. These are regular
It only counts
non-title
if
belt
he.
fights.
It only
It
counts if he
counts
gets
if
knocked out in
it's
the playoffs. No, we're not
Yeah.
playing that. I'm just not
Yeah.
buying that, man.
Yeah, that's
Nah.
because you're a Chiefs hater. I
I'm
can
not a
tell,
Chiefs
but-
hater. I'm not a Chiefs hater.
the hate coming from your side is stay away, please. 6 foot rule with you. But in the Chiefs kingdom, man, you just got to see that playoff football is different in Arrowhead, man. And you want to see someone get beat. You want to beat the man. You got to beat him in the championship fight. These regular fights don't count. It's not a championship fight. There's nothing at stake. But I think the playoffs would be more interesting with the Mahomes in them. I'm just saying it'll be more interesting. You gotta if you're a Chiefs hater, you want to root for the bad guy. You got to root for them in the big stage.
Look, man.
And see all of America watch them lose. Like I take pride in seeing Brady lose the playoff games. I take pride in seeing him lose Super Bowls because it's in the big stage. It's not a local game. It's nationally televised. You want to see on the big screen Brady loses to who did he lose to? The Chiefs or. Well, he actually didn't lose. Well, he lost to us once. Brady loses the AFC Championship game to the Broncos, to the Colts,
Titans, yeah.
the Titans. Yeah, you want to see the big bully get knocked out in the big picture. So that's just how I feel. It's just a more cinematic climax.
It's more cinema. But
yeah,
look,
more cinema.
I think you're just You're just way overlooking.
Man.
You're way overlooking just the fact that even if they were there, they'd be trash.
And let them be trash. Let them be trash.
A waste of a slot that other teams should have deservingly got.
And what if the
I'd
other
rather
teams,
see
let's
Jacksonville play. I would rather see Jacksonville play in the playoffs than the Chiefs. That's where we're at. I think the Chiefs suck. They suck.
Suck is such a strong word, man. That sounds like straight hate.
Look at their decision making and look at that Houston game. That just looks like some ass.
They're having a bad year. They're having a bad regular season. Bad regular season doesn't mean bad playoffs.
Maybe we should change the NFL rule book that everyone has to fight and claw their way into the playoffs. I mean, look at the NFC. I mean, that's a bloodbath. Everyone has to be on edge that if they screw up once, they just get knocked right the fuck out. They go down to the 7th seed, if not out of the playoffs. But the Chiefs will just create a rule. You get in no matter what. You get in no matter what.
No, not just the Chiefs. Like any team that makes the Super Bowl consecutively for the last couple of years, you want to see them in the playoffs. You want to see them get beat in the playoffs.
But no new teams. If you made that rule and just relied on that, no new teams would ever get in. Why can't it be the Patriots' turn to be the next Chiefs?
The Patriots had 20 years of dominance. What are we talking about?
Okay, fine. The Broncos. Or the Jaguars, anybody.
It's just
changing
boring.
times.
Like, I want to see the superstars, man. I don't want to see Bo Nix and take 4 quarters, or pretty much 3 quarters off and turn it on in the 4th quarter.
Hey, maybe Patrick Mahomes, the dynasty is over. Maybe he's not the player he once was. Maybe he's gotten a little fat. Maybe he's
Dynasty's
gotten a
not
little
over till
overweight.
Mahomes is done.
Not in peak shape anymore. Hasn't really been practicing. He
Uh,
feels
he's,
like
he's,
he just
he's
automatic,
got the
so
dad bod.
easy.
He's got 2 rings with the dad, or 3 rings with the dad bod. So what are we talking about? He's always had that build. He's just the way he walks, the way that's just attributed to the build he has. It's just he has a do the walk. Go ahead. Yeah, that's a 3-time Super Bowl champion, by the way. So you wish your quarterback walked out like that way. You might have more rings.
I
So
don't.
you might have a
I
couple
don't.
more rings. But yeah, that's just my take, man. I think I want to see the biggest quarterback of the league in the playoffs. I don't want to see him miss the playoffs.
Um, I don't care who you are, how big your name is, whether you have the superstar label, whether you've won an MVP. If you don't deserve it, you don't deserve it. I'd rather see the team in that deserves it. So I'm gonna call this a hot take. You have to earn it, man. You have to earn the right to play in the tournament. They have not. So,
All right, what you got?
no AFC teams would be that impressive if they played in the NFC. That
No
includes
AFC
the
teams.
Bills.
So you
Includes
think the NFC? You
Bengals,
think
the Ravens, any of the historic Chiefs. It includes the Patriots, Broncos, Jaguars, Colts, any Houston, any team you would name. They would all. They'd be lucky to even make the playoffs, half of them. But even if they did, they would probably be one and
NFC's
done.
that much better to you?
Yeah, they are. They are.
Who's won the last couple of Super Bowls?
It doesn't matter. They're not even the playoffs.
Okay. Who's won the? I mean, refresh my memory, but didn't the Patriots go to like 10 Super Bowls, like 9 Super Bowls?
During what, the Tom Brady era? Bros in the booth.
Yeah. And then
We're talking about
that's not.
in this year. We're not talking about in NFL
Oh,
history.
this year. Oh, okay. NFL history. I mean, I would have to see the stats matchup between the AFC and NFC, see what the records are. I mean, yeah, you have the Rams top of the NFL right now, but
I almost put the Broncos and Patriots in the top tier out of pity for the AFC because they don't have any teams up there. I'm not going to lie, I damn near just put the NFC West teams in a tier of their own.
I would say this has been a tough year for the AFC just because the big guns aren't doing their thing. We don't have Mahomes in the playoffs. We don't have Burrow in the playoffs. We don't have Allen's gonna most likely make the playoffs unless he somehow collapses and Bills fall apart. But they should make the playoffs. But yeah, the Ravens are out, the Chiefs are out, the Bengals are out, and I mean the Steelers. Steelers are the Steelers, but I would say I like the Bills against any team in the NFC, even the Rams.
I don't. I think
Yeah.
the Bills would get mopped by any team or any of those 3 NFC West teams.
Okay.
And maybe the Packers. And maybe the Bears even.
Okay. Nah, relax. All right, that's a pretty hot take. That's it sounds like NFC bias. You just want to. It's all leads up back to the Rams. You just want the Rams to
To
look
build
good.
up their
Yeah,
legacy, like they
yeah,
made it through the
build up the
toughest
Rams.
bracket.
Yeah, the Rams playing the toughest conference, the NFC, where every team was better than any team in the AFC, and they still won.
Yeah.
Nah, that's a nice try though. That's a pretty hot take.
Yeah. Okay. I wish man, if the Rams played in the AFC, we'd be like, oh man, we'd just roll to the Super Bowl.
All right, my next hot take. Got to mention it one more time. This is the last. Like again, this might be the last podcast we hear this name, but this was not a disaster year for the Colts. This is what I expected, which was nothing. I didn't expect nothing. So technically,
Oh man,
is this really a disaster, or is this? I mean, it didn't play out exactly how I thought in my head. I didn't think we were gonna be like where we're at now, but I expected us to not make the playoffs. I expected us to be a top 5 draft pick team, and we might kind of head that way. So
This is kind of
it's
one of
not a
those like, how can they be a disaster when I expected them to be a disaster? So they fell right within
Exactly.
expectations. We expect them to be dog shit. So how can you even call them shit? I don't know. I feel like that's a hot take. Every team, you always expect at the beginning of the season for teams to put up a fight and improve. And
we have not won a game since this podcast started.
I know.
So like, how good was the season really going for us? It's been over a month since the podcast started, and I have yet to have a cigar. I'm broke. I'm an alcoholic. I'm a bum. So that's what the Colts are.
Mm.
So it's in my head. It's not a disaster. It's just as planned. This is part of the plan.
Going
Everything's
seven
going
and
as
one
planned.
and then collapsing as part of the plan, man. That's crazy.
No, see, you're looking at the finer details. I'm looking at the big picture.
In the big
I'm looking at
picture, we had no
missing
expectations, so we don't care if
no
we're
expectations, no
collapse.
playoffs, no Super Bowl aspirations. We're going to be a top five draft pick team, and we might miss that goal of being a top five drafting
Wait,
team.
do you
But
even have your first rounder? Sauce
shit, I
Gardner.
don't
Did
think
they
so.
did they trade you?
Yeah. Well, again, no expectations, so no
Ugh.
disaster. It's all good, man. This is all part of the plan. Colts are the Colts. We got Grandpa Rivers coming back in, and he's gonna show us youngsters how it's done, and he's probably gonna play one game and get hurt. So
Well, you know what? I'm gonna call that a hot take. You started 7-1. You were looking amazing. I mean, God, you were rolling. You looked like the best team in the league on at least offense in the league. And to say you weren't feeling good about that or weren't high on emotion from that, and you just don't care that they collapse because you expected them to be bad this year. There's always a sleeper team that comes out of nowhere and does really good, makes the playoffs, maybe even goes on a run. The Rams won the Super Bowl in '99 on a Cinderella season. So why couldn't that have been the Colts' year to say that you saw that and just expected, we're going to suck. No, we're not going to do shit. I don't know. I feel like this is like you coping because your feelings are hurt right now. You're feeling really raw and you're just coping like, oh, who cares? Like, Colts are the Colts. I don't know.
it is what it is,
I would
man.
be sad. I know I would be sad. I don't
Can't be
know.
sad no more. It is
Anyway,
what it is.
let me try and cook up a solution here for your draft woes, because you need to rebuild. You need to finally find a solution at quarterback. I don't know if Daniel Jones is the long term answer, and you have some pieces to work with, but you need draft capital. You can't rely on just one guy. So here's my proposed solution, and I don't even know if this is good for us. I'm just trying to help you out. In exchange for their first rounder from Atlanta, that's going to be a top 10 pick, almost guaranteed, if not better, plus a third round pick, the Colts should trade Jonathan Taylor to the Rams.
Hmm. So we give you our best player for some picks,
For
and
a
it goes to
first
the
and a
Rams.
third, one being a top 10 pick, and you can even work with those. You can trade them away for quarterback capital next year. You traded away your first round pick. That was a mistake. You need it back. And Jonathan Taylor's not going to get you to the damn Super Bowl. The Colts and Rams have a history of trading running backs. You took a ED, Eric Dickerson, from us way back in the day, played for the Colts. Marshall Faulk went from the Colts to the Rams. Why not make it a
Rams,
three-peat?
yeah.
Why not make it a tradition?
What do we gain from that?
Your draft
You
pick
guys getting a
back.
super. You guys getting a Super Bowl from Marshall Faulk, and
You got Edgerrin James, and you rebuilt your roster a little bit.
yeah, and we did eventually win a Super Bowl. Not
Mm,
with Edgerrin James though. So,
yeah, but
uh, hmm.
you'd
But
get a
what
top
what
10 talent.
what quarterback? There's no like great quarterback coming into the draft this year.
I
It's
know.
like
That's why you would have to, if you're looking for a quarterback right now, you'd have to trade away the draft capital you got in exchange, probably for draft picks next year. Look for a team that really wants a top 10 pick and trade away this first rounder for a first rounder, you know, I don't know, next year or whatever, plus
I
whatever
s
else.
to be petty, I'm gonna be like,
No,
I'm gonna have to
no,
kind of
not,
decline.
I'm not giving
I'm
it to
gonna have
you.
to decline. Yeah, I'm not giving you guys JT, man. Y'all, I'll give it to someone else, but not to the Rams.
Well, I don't know if we even need him, to be honest.
Yeah, you're just being greedy right now.
Yeah, it's just me being greedy.
Actually, I'll give you guys JT if you guys want a ring just to see
I know
him get a
that's
ring.
what I thought that you might fall on that too, because he deserves better.
He does. He
And I
does.
think
He's
if he
done.
went to the Rams, he would have the career of a lifetime. Our run blocking is now
Uh,
ranked the best. Kyron and
yeah,
Blake
you guys were
Corum
running. Yeah, you guys were running the ball really well this Sunday.
averaging
Some
like
big
8 yards a
assholes.
clip.
Yeah,
Imagine what JT would do. He'd run for like 250, 300 yards a game.
something like that. He's that good. That's why.
He'd break
He's
Eric
that good.
Dickerson's record.
Yeah, I guess if he gets a ring out of it, I like to see my favorite player get rings, so why not?
And from our perspective, we'd still have our own first rounder. So I can afford that for a superstar.
Yeah. That's pretty good. It's a I wouldn't call it a hot take because it doesn't upset me. It's a good take. It's a heartwarming take.
I mean,
It's my
JT alone with what you got going on, he's not going to get you to the show.
Nah.
You can get a good running back a lot of times in a second, third round.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean running backs, yeah, they lost a little bit of value these last couple of years because they're like plug and play pieces pretty much. And as long as you have a quarterback, it doesn't matter what you have as running back.
Yeah,
But I mean, I love JT. I mean, he's our best player on the team,
he
and
is.
I mean, it sucks that our team can't get right. And this year we looked like we were, and then reality set in, and Cinderella story ended, and we're back to where we were these last couple of years, which was terrible. And yeah, I mean, it sucks to see your favorite players leave and go do better somewhere else. But what can you do? We really need to get a quarterback. You know, I don't think Jones is the answer either, to be honest. I wasn't even hyped that we got him. I thought that's why I had zero expectations because I was like, all right, well, Daniel Jones, I saw what he did with New York, and I expected that. I mean, he was showing some glimpses of New York, Daniel Jones these last couple games. I feel like it was kind of like the crumbles, the
Mm-hmm.
cracks were starting to show recently. So, um, yeah, we need to get a quarterback. And if we don't have a quarterback, we're just going to be in the same situation we're in now, where every year it's just like 7-10 or 8-9 type seasons where we're not terrible, but we're not,
Maybe if
contending
you
to.
threw in Sauce, we'd give you our first, second, and third. But then you'd have been taking a huge L on that.
Yeah, go ahead because he hasn't really done much. I mean, he's hurt now, so
Yeah, he might
even
be
when he
worth a
wasn't
second
hurt,
rounder. See
yeah,
what he could do
maybe.
on our roster. But that would give you a lot of draft capital, and you could always, like I said, trade that away for next year to get a. Because man, yeah, yeah, you can manipulate that into getting a good draft position next year. Um, for a quarterback. Anyway, did you have any more hot takes?
Got one more.
One more. So do I. Oh no, I have two more. I think. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
The Browns have their quarterback of the future in Shador Sanders, and they should have fired Stefanski after that Sunday game because that was pretty blatant. I mean, the last couple of weeks has been pretty blatant, taking him out of the red zone, but that was just like the fact that they let him get on the team plan, fly back with the team. He should have been fired a long time ago. And
Yeah. Do you think it's
I,
intentional sabotage?
yeah, it has to be, dude. Like, how are you gonna take him out? First of
What
all,
is
why
the
did they go?
what is the beef though?
I don't know.
That the owner
That's
made
why I
him
don't.
draft Shador and he's going to take it out on Shador even though he's the better quarterback?
Yeah, like Shador, he balled out this game. Yeah, like no one expected the Titans. I didn't expect the Titans to put up that many points on the Browns. The Browns defense has been pretty well. Um, but the fact that they even went for two when they didn't have to in the first place, and that's when, the fumble happened and whatever. And then they go for two again because they have to now at that point because they missed the last 2-point conversion. And you take out Shador, and it's a terrible play
Did they take
execution.
him out for both two pointers?
No, the
Oh,
first one
okay.
he fumbled the snap, and the second one they took him out. But the first one they didn't have to go for the two. That's the thing. It was a 7-point game, so I don't get why they try to go for two. Because now the second time they went for it, they had to because they had missed the last 2-point conversion. So now they had to go for the two. But yeah, the Browns have the quarterback of the future. I think Shador's shown enough to show that he's a man going forward. And if he can get a coach, like I said, like a Ben Johnson, like how Caleb Williams has a Ben Johnson, I think the Browns could be probably. Oh man, they could probably if the Bengals don't get it together on defense and the Ravens, if Lamar, I hate to say it, but if he keeps declining like he is right now, like in real time, it could be the Browns. They have a young quarterback.
If he
They
started
could,
the season, you never know where he'd be development-wise by this point. They could be fighting for the division.
yeah, yeah. So they could probably start, take over the North. It's just the North looks like it's falling. Like the North, the AFC North is probably the worst division in football. I think we could all agree on that.
Yeah.
Up next to the NFC South,
Hmm.
probably next to the NFC South. But yeah, the AFC North is probably the worst division in football just because no team is really wowing you. I mean, the Steelers, yeah, they beat the Ravens, but they almost kind of it was a controversial game. I didn't. The no football movement or no
Yeah.
football move made play. It was like, come on, dude. Like he had both feet on the turf, and like, what more can you do? He had the ball out. Like what more do you want to see? But
Yeah.
yeah, no team really impresses you in the North. So I could see if the Browns stick with Shador, I could see them winning the division next year, and just for the years to come being a problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to overreact to one really good game because that's really what this is. But against the Titans, mind you. But statistically, it was a good game. Very strange they got taken out for the 2-point convert. And weird that the beef is even there. I just don't understand it. Like, okay, you're resentful that the owner made you do something that you didn't want to do, but it ended up working out, so you should be happy, right? He's playing
Yeah,
okay, like he's
it
developing, so you should be happy about that since it didn't end up ruining a pick. Dylan Gabriel, whoever decided to take him,
was Stefanski.
you think it was for
It's
sure?
coach. It was coach.
Yeah,
They
well,
have
you're
they have
bad.
dinners together. Yeah.
You're bad.
So,
Um,
uh,
good thing your owner made you take another, because otherwise you'd have nothing right now. You'd have nothing going on now. As for whether or not he's a franchise quarterback based on this performance, dude, I don't know. I don't know. But at least I like that he looks down the field. I like that he keeps his eyes down the field and looks for explosives.
I mean,
There's a
he's the
lot of young
first rookie to
quarterbacks that struggle to do that, man. They don't have the
yeah. I
confidence to
think
do
the
that.
first rookie to throw 300 yards this year.
That's
None of
crazy.
the other. Yeah,
And he's been throwing some deep passes. He
yeah.
tied Aaron Rodgers' record or something like, in your first three starts throwing 50 plus yard passes or something like that. And Aaron Rodgers wasn't a rookie when he came in.
It was the rookie when he came in. You mean he wasn't a rookie when he started?
But yeah, when he started, yeah, his
Yeah,
first three games were not, he wasn't a rookie when he
rookie
played.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, so I don't want to overreact to one game and say a bona fide franchise QB, but man, it's the most hope the Browns have had for one in feels like forever. So I'm gonna say this
since I
is
started watching football.
yeah, I'm gonna say this is about medium rare take. Medium rare, not even medium. I'm gonna say it's medium rare because he's the closest they've had. Why go any other direction at this point?
Yeah,
Kevin probably gonna need to go. And that's just what it
he
is.
has to go.
You know,
He should have went Sunday, but
when the
I'm
choice
guessing
is
the
given
Browns.
between quarterback and coach, and there's a beef, and one has to go and the other gets to stay, chances are it's going to be quarterback staying.
Depending on who the quarterback is, if
Well,
it's
yeah, I
if
mean,
the
if the
if the
quarterback is
owner believes
good,
in him,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. If the owner believes in them, sees that's their guy, then yeah, the coach is gonna have to go.
yeah. Um, so yeah, I'll say that's medium rare. All right, I'm gonna do one. Let's just do this one real quick, and then the next one will be my last. Dan Quinn's seat is heating up, and Washington is due for a new coach. Even though they made the NFC Championship last year, I don't care about that. Washington just a mess.
That's all I take because they just hired Dan Quinn last year. So after basically 2 years, you're gonna give him the boot.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
they're not
he
trending
hasn't
in the
had his
right direction.
quarterback. He
Yeah, he
doesn't
had
have his
Jaden out
quarterback.
there, and they were just getting stomped regardless. They suck.
Well, he had like
This
his whole
roster
arm was
looks
like
old and slow.
covered. Yeah, the roster is kind of old defensively. They're getting smoked, but I wouldn't give him the boot just yet, man. Be a little lenient on him. I
He's
would say
already
give him two
lost
more.
jobs before.
He has. I say give him one more year. Give him one more year with his quarterback. See how he does in the draft this upcoming year. See any signings they can make.
Why?
But
Well, who was he? What was he before this? Like Dallas's defensive coordinator? And
yeah,
and and based on that job, he got a head coaching job. Was he really that good of defensive coordinator in Dallas? I don't remember there being some world-beating defense.
I think he came in. Uh, I want to say he like came in for Mike McCarthy because he was like
Yeah,
having issues or
interim.
something.
Okay.
Yeah, and the team played really well when he. And I mean, like you said, he was a coach before. He took the Falcons to the Super Bowl,
Yeah,
albeit they
Kyle
lost that. And it
Shanahan
was,
took that team to the Super Bowl.
damn,
So
Quinn Hater, man.
all right, so you're saying
Get
this
that.
hot take
Yeah, that's
too
a hot
soon?
take because that's too soon. Too
Okay.
soon.
All right, and then my final one here is this is kind of a weird one, so bear with me. And if you need me to explain myself, I will. The media and fans undervalue Super Bowl appearances. In other words, teams that lose Super Bowls don't get enough credit. People shit on those teams when they lose in the Super Bowl, even though really they should be given a lot of praise for reaching that game.
Mm, that's kind of a hot take because just for the fact that why are we gonna celebrate a team losing? Yeah, they got to the Super Bowl, credit to them, but we're not gonna give them all the praise like they won
Not
the
all
Super
the
Bowl.
praise,
You
not
gotta
as
finish
much
the
as
job.
yeah, not as much as a Super Bowl winning team, but like that should be something on a resume. Like Joe Burrow should be able to forever to say, "I made a Super Bowl." Josh Allen can't say that.
Yeah, I mean, it's we're not gonna,
I won the conference. I won
you
the
won the
conference
conference.
once.
You won the conference. You're AFC champion or NFC championship, whatever conference you play for. But we're not gonna be like, well, this guy's a 10-time Super Bowl appearing quarterback. He's a legend.
Yeah, I
We're
do.
not,
I do. I think when Tom Brady made the Super Bowl 10 times, I think that's legendary. I think that's crazy. How many
would it
years?
have been legendary? Would it have been legendary if he went 0-10? If he didn't win no Super Bowls?
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be insane.
We wouldn't think of him as a winner. We would think of him as a guy
Well,
who
we
can't
wouldn't think
finish
of him
the
as the
job.
GOAT. Definitely not the GOAT, but that would be insane that he made 10 Super Bowls.
It would be more like what's the way I want to say, a disappointing career. Like this guy went to 10 Super Bowls and he could not win one.
Okay, consider
Kind of
this.
like kind of like the Bills of the 90s. They
Yeah.
went to 4 straight
Yeah,
Super Bowls.
and I look at
and
Jim Kelly's
Jim
career
Kelly?
as like,
Yeah.
wow, he made 4 Super Bowls. That's insane in a row. Yeah, he didn't win one, but man, some of the teams he had to play against were crazy good. Also, they were that's crazy making 4 Super Bowls in a row. And I give him a lot of props for that. I know it sucks for the Bills fans he didn't win one, and he shouldn't be treated as though he did. But winning 4 Super or going to 4 Super Bowls in a row is crazy. Now here's Tom Brady. I just looked it up. He played 23 years. Consider his first year, he basically sat out. It was his rookie year in 2000, I believe. He sat out all year.
yeah,
He also got injured in '08
8.
in
Yeah.
basically the first drive of the season. Sat out all year. So really it's 21 years that he effectively played. Really more like 20 and a half, but let's call it 21 years. And he made 10 Super Bowls. That is virtually half the Super Bowls of his 21-year career.
Like half his career he spent in the Super Bowl.
Yes,
Yeah,
that is freaking crazy.
but he was winning most. He won most of them though.
Yeah, he
So,
won 7, but even
so
in a vacuum, 10 Super Bowls and half
10
half
Super
the-
Bowls is crazy.
yeah, half
Yeah,
your
half
career.
your career. Because it felt like in the damn 2010s, he was every year like the Pats are in the Super Bowl against who this year. But it's the fact that he won more than he lost. And now if he would have 10 and like I said, not even like let's say he just wins 2, he goes 2-8 in the Super Bowl. It'll be kind of impressive, but we won't have him in the higher echelons like we have like the Dan Marino, well, not Dan Marino, but the Joe Montana's, the
I'm not saying put him
Mahomes.
in the higher echelon, but we even had a conversation earlier kind of about this where you look at Dan Marino versus Phillip Rivers and you say, man, at least Dan Marino went to the Super Bowl. Like, that should be something on your resume. It shouldn't be disregarded totally. Like, oh, Dan Marino's such a failure because he didn't win a Super Bowl.
But
Well,
he is kind of not regarded as a failure, but his career is almost like a disappointment because he was such a talented quarterback the way he could throw the ball,
He
but
was.
he has no rings.
But
That's
like Phillip
the biggest-
Rivers was even more of a disappointment, if you ask me. Like, never even getting to that game. Come on, man.
Well, I mean, look at the era he played in. He played in the era of Manning, Brady, Big Ben, Drew Brees.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I don't know. Like me personally, I rather not go to the Super Bowl if I don't win any, because then I'm gonna be seen as a loser. That's how I feel like. I
I
would be
do.
seen as a
I
loser.
see it totally the opposite way. I would even if my team won 5 or lost 5 straight, and got to go to 5 straight, I'd rather have that than being, I don't know, anything short of that.
Because Jim Kelly won the 4 straight, and he's never really talked about. Instead they talk about how the Bills just lost 4 straight Super Bowls, how they're a disaster, like they're cursed.
Yeah, well, it does
It's always
feel,
in a
it started to feel a little
it,
cursed at a certain point, but
yeah, I
yeah.
was gonna say you're spoken about in a negative way, negative connotation. Like, yeah, that's a team that lost 3 Super Bowls. That they went 3 straight Super Bowls and lost 3 in a row. I mean, like when Brady took Brady, what after they went and he won his first 3, he lost 2 in a row. You started kind of wondering like, how good is Brady? Like he hasn't won a Super Bowl in a decade. He's lost 2 in a row. Is he really that guy, or was it just the team around him? And then obviously, he finally breaks that after like 10 years and wins 4 more. But still, I feel like you gotta
I have
you
a
gotta have
totally I have a totally different perspective on this, man.
yeah, you gotta have. I feel like you have to have a winning record in the big game. Like that's the biggest thing with like I know it's not football, but LeBron James. The biggest thing about him is yeah, he's been in 10 NBA Finals, but he lost 6 and he's only won 4. And they always put
That's
Jordan ahead
super
of him.
impressive to me, man.
And they always put Jordan ahead just for the fact that Jordan never lost any NBA final. He's 6-0 in the finals, and LeBron James is
Well,
4
Jordan's
4 and
career
6.
was way shorter, right?
Yeah, it was
That's
15
kind of
years
a
to
factor too, yeah.
yeah, but still, like that's how the media sees it. Like, yeah, that's a hot take that um, you're seen as almost like a loser, even if you get to the big game if you can't win it. It's almost like you rather lose in the championship game
See, that
right before the Super Bowl.
logically, that just doesn't make sense to me.
It's because you don't. No one talks about championship game records like, oh, Peyton Manning's 3-2 in the championship games, or let's just say X, Y, and Z quarterback is 10-0 in championship games, but 0-10 in Super Bowls, right? No one talks about championship games. They talk about Super Bowls. They always talk about Super Bowl records. What's your Super Bowl record? Are you a winning Super Bowl?
I mean, people do
Yeah,
talk about your playoff record,
they
but
talk about your playoff, but that's the overall big picture. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like you can go like wild card divisional and then reach the championship game every year, but no one's gonna remember that. No one's gonna hold you to like a higher echelon for being a championship quarterback every year.
I just don't
But
see why more people don't see it the way I see it. Like, getting to the Super Bowl is an achievement and should be on your resume. And it's like, oh, wow, that guy made a Super Bowl. That's impressive. Like,
it
Jared
is on your
Goff,
resume.
like, you made a Super Bowl. That's impressive. Brock Purdy, you made a Super Bowl. That's impressive. Let's say Jalen Hurts didn't win this last one and got beaten by the Chiefs. It's like, wow, you made back-to-back Super Bowls. That's impressive. Especially the way that he lost that first one. It was so close, back and forth.
close,
Whoever had the
yeah.
ball last won, pretty much. I don't know. Like, I value Super Bowl appearances differently, I guess, than other people do.
Yeah, that's a hot take.
Yeah. All right. Well, man. I would love to see my team play in the last game of the year. Even if we lost, it would be more fun than watching some other people play. Fuck that. So, yeah, that's going to be about it, though, for our hot take segment. I think we had some good hot takes. I wasn't sure how that would go for mine, but a lot of our takes were, I think, pretty spicy this week. What'd you think?
Yeah, there were some hot takes. That last one was kind of crazy, but
Cool.
I think we came to a good understanding.
Mm-hmm. This was a long show. We're looking at
This was a
about
very long show.
2 hours and 42 minutes. About 11 o'clock here.
Sheesh, damn.
I kind of expected.
It was a
to go
packed
long.
weekend. It was
Yeah.
a super packed, super packed. Like there were so many big games. It was kind of hard to like keep the show at a normal length. So appreciate everyone that watches to the end. If you do,
If you manage to. I saw you were playing that Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
yeah, I'm replaying it again. I played it on PC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got it on PC for free, like through Epic Games, whatever. So I'm playing it again on Xbox just for the achievements. To be honest,
You
I'm playing
like
like
it?
a speed run. It's the worst game of the trilogy for the reboot trilogy.
That's the only one of the Survivor I haven't played. Survivor trilogy.
Yeah, it's all right. It's replaying it again. I'm reminded why I didn't really like it the first go around. It's because there's a lot of like non-action parts compared to the. It's more like just
Puzzle
platforming.
solving? Oh, platforming.
Puzzle solving and platforming. Like I gotta climb this to
Well,
get to the top of this.
classic Tomb Raider was a lot of that, though.
Oh, I didn't play the classics, man. I was too young.
Well, you didn't
I
play
watched
the
my uncle play.
LAU, the Legends Anniversary Underworld era? I like that era. Thought that was
Nah, the
pretty
only
good.
Tomb Raider I played was the reboot series. To be honest,
Got it.
I only got it for the graphics. This is when I first got my PC, 2013. So that was
Yeah.
like one of the games you always see in the benchmark test. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh, gotta try it
Gotta
out.
check it out. Yeah. You don't have a Switch 2, do you? No. No. Well,
Kids, man.
kids, you have no interest in Metroid game?
No.
Mm. I just picked it up. It's got
Metroid, was it
Prime
Metroid
4.
Prime 3 or 4? Prime 4.
Prime 4, yeah. It's
When did Metroid Prime 3 come out?
back on the Wii. I think I have a copy. It's a Wii game.
Oh, because I heard it was like in development for like this one was like in development
Oh
for like a
yeah,
long
yeah,
time.
yeah.
It feels
This one,
dated.
Prime 4, yeah. It's not that it feels dated. I mean, there's certain things we expect from a Prime game gameplay wise, and it feels like a Prime game gameplay wise. It's just it doesn't quite hit the high marks, man.
Wasn't there a Prime, not Prime, but a Metroid on the Switch one?
Um, a 2D Metroid game, not a Prime game, not a proper 3D like big budget.
Okay, that's what I was like. How's it? I was like, didn't Metroid Prime 3 just come out? How's it saying that
That was
it was
Metroid
a
Dread.
Dread?
Yeah.
Okay, that was I think nominated for like Game of the Year,
hmm
wasn't it?
It might have been because that was a really weak year. I actually said it. We on the podcast because that's back when I was popping in on AGS. Um, but yeah, I said it was my game of the year. I
Metroid,
liked it,
yeah, because
but
I was like, I remember people were vouching for it, and I was like, dang, how is this Prime 4 in development for like 15 years when the Metroid? But I guess if
a
it was a
2D
2D,
game's
that
way
explains.
easier to make. Yeah, it's so easy to make compared
Yeah.
to a Prime game. But
Yeah, the next game I want to play, I gotta play the Mass Effect trilogy. I beat the first Mass Effect, like the original
oh
one,
my
so I'm gonna
god,
play the,
dude,
I'm gonna play
crazy.
the, yeah, I know. I, I don't know. The first one they didn't grab me like that, so I was like,
Yeah, well,
I beat, I beat it. So now I was like, well, I bought the collection, so I'm gonna play through the collection.
play
And
the second game.
yeah, I heard the second game's a lot better. So
Well, I like the first game because it's like classic sci-fi. I like Star Trek and all that. Very similar to
yeah,
that. Mass Effect really is Star Trek kind of meets Star Wars. Combine the two. But that
I didn't get
Mass
that.
Effect 2 really leans into
More action.
I wouldn't say action, but it's more like I don't know. You just have to play it for yourself. It's so crew
It,
oriented. It's a little darker, a little
okay,
edgier.
I'm gonna play it because I go on vacation New Year's, so I'm gonna have a lot of time. That's when I kind of want to get it out the way. So I'm playing that. I'm kind of replaying Starfield a little bit. I got the itch to play
Starfield.
Starfield New Game Plus. I was like, fuck it, I'll play that again. But this time, because I kind of rushed through the story the first playthrough, so now I'm just gonna do like more like the faction stuff.
Okay. Well, I haven't
And
I haven't tried it out. Is it worth playing?
uh, kind of playing it again. I kind of see the flaws.
It's
It's like,
complicated.
yeah, it's like there's so many planets, but you only really want to visit the planets that actually have cities because the planets are empty. Let's be honest. Like I'm like, damn, like, cause I was playing, well, replaying the Oblivion remaster. I love that game. Like Oblivion's like one of my top five
Yeah.
games of
I
all
played
time.
that too. The remaster is it's so fun.
Yeah, and I'm like, and then I'm going to Starfield where it's like a lot of just empty space. No, like, there's no caves to explore, and there's not much to do unless
Are
you go
there
to the
any like
city.
quirky quests that just kind of pop up out of nowhere, like emergent qualities?
Hmm. Not really. Not that I've seen. I mean, there was one where there's like these people were like arguing about defend how they want to defend their city, and you like just plant little security
Oh,
things on
that's
the floor.
ass. No, I'm talking about
Yeah.
like I got trapped in a painting because I was doing this, and then you go in the painting and
Oh,
fight a
something
bunch
like
of
that.
trolls and
I actually never did that in Oblivion.
oh.
There's a lot of stuff in Oblivion I haven't done, like the unicorn. I've never got
What about
that.
the murder mystery? Like where you
Hmm.
you have to murder all the people in the mansion? Is there anything cool like
Uh,
that in Starfield?
no, Starfield is very, I want to say watered down.
Oh man, that sucks. Very
The
sterile.
the kind yeah, the only satisfying thing I really enjoy is the gunplay.
Mm.
even though the AI is kind of iffy sometimes, but it's just like it's. I think they just bit off more than they can chew. I
Yeah,
think if they would have
maybe.
stuck to a little bit less planets, because there's so many planets and like so much, like I wouldn't say like 95% of plants are don't have nothing there because there's no cities. There's just dirt, and you just collect minerals for your outposts if you want to do outposting. I didn't do it my first playthrough. I just skipped all over the outposting stuff and I just went through the story. But the factions, I mean, the faction, I'm doing the faction quest where I'm like a police officer, like a law officer. It's pretty interesting so far. But yeah, it's one of the weaker games. I just enjoy just because I don't know, I just wanted something in space. I know I could have
Yeah, I
played
like
Mass
space
Effect,
games, man.
so I was like, I'll give it another go through, but I won't play through the story that much. I'll just do more of the faction quests. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do. 'Cause you
Mm.
could be a pirate, you could be a space pirate, you could be a what's the sheriff, that's the word I want to say. I'm doing the sheriff pretty much. I'm pretty much like a sheriff. I got the cowboy hat, got my badge on,
Hmm.
arresting people. Not really, but
Maybe I'll
yeah,
have
I
to
mean,
try it out. I'm kind of waiting for a price drop. I unsubbed from
so,
Game Pass.
oh, Game Pass. So
Yeah,
just get
when
it
they
on
did
game.
the
That's
increase.
let's get it 1 month and then just so all you need is
Yeah.
it's not that long. At least it'll be a way for you to try it out. Um, get it on Game Pass.
Yeah,
And
I
if you really
know,
like
but
it, you
I'm
could buy
kind of
it.
I kind of unsubbed on principle. Like I
All
don't know if I
right.
want to give them money going up to $30. That's
It was on
insane.
sale for like $40. That's when I
Yeah.
on Black Friday this past. I don't know if I think the sale's probably over because I don't know why it's still $70, but that's just digital
Yeah,
games
well
for
the
you.
question I always have is am I going to like this game even $40 worth? You know what I mean?
I think for $40 you might like it.
Hmm.
If you like space games, you like Bethesda games, I don't see why you wouldn't. Um, that's just my opinion though. I mean, I'm a Bethesda fanboy, kind of. I like Fallout 3. I Fallout 3's kind of up there with Oblivion. I think I might lean a little bit towards more Oblivion because I don't know that soundtrack in Oblivion.
Yeah, I like Elder
It's
Scrolls more than Fallout personally.
yeah, but I mean I enjoyed Fallout 4 for what it was. Skyrim, I enjoyed Oblivion more than Skyrim, but I still enjoyed Skyrim for what it was. Yeah, I mean Starfield is it's like a solid maybe 7.5 out of 10.
Hmm. You need to play Get to Mass Effect 2 and let me know.
I'll get it on my vacation time, man. I have to replay the first one just obviously so my choices can carry over because I played the first one, the original first one, not the remastered or whatever they call it. The what is it called? The Legendary Collection, whatever.
Yeah, or the trilogy?
Some yeah, so that's what I got now. So I'm just gonna replay the first one so that way on my save data could carry over and do what I gotta do.
Yeah. I mean, they've had that bundle on sale for like $6 and
Yeah, that's why I got it for $5. Like
yeah.
I got it like that's not even the worst. I got it like 2 years ago. I just never got around to playing it. I was like, it's in my backlog.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like since I migrated over to Xbox, I'm like trying to get all the achievements I had on PC on Xbox, and it's like taking forever. Even though I don't have to do that, but I just feel like it'd be easier. But now that the Xbox might go away, I'm like, well, what is the purpose now? But
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
I'm
starting to
sure.
regret every game I've ever bought on Xbox.
Ain't that bad, huh? Well, that's why I buy physical games mostly, but
But even the physicals, it's like, oh man, I just wish I had gotten these on PC or PlayStation, whatever. I don't even play
not.
PlayStation either, to be honest. But
Yeah, so I don't. I play primarily my Xbox. My PlayStation is more for like first party games. Like I just beat Shadow Colossus on PlayStation this past month, and other than that, I played Ghost of Tsushima, whatever, this earlier this year, and I played the Metal Gear Solid remake.
was the remake cool?
Yeah, uh, on PlayStation it has some performance issues, but it's pretty much like a 1-to-1. They improved the gameplay to make it play more like Phantom Pain. Felt
Mm.
like,
Yeah, that's okay to
but
me. Phantom
yeah, I was
Pain
like,
had
hey,
good gameplay. It was the other stuff that was the issue with Phantom Pain.
yeah, because I went back to play the original one, the original Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater or the HD collection on PS3, and the camera, it was it was kind of hard to go back. Let's just say it that way. It was
Yeah,
kind of hard to go
I'd
back
imagine so.
after playing the remake. Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, other than that, my PS5 is just pretty much for exclusives, and then
right,
everything else I play on Xbox, and my PC is a piece of junk,
right.
kind of. I mean, it's stronger than the consoles, but that VRAM's the issue.
Got it. What card?
3070, 8 gigs of VRAM. So
Yeah, it's 8 gigs, man. Nvidia's skied on the VRAM.
yeah, they really cut corners with that VRAM. It shows now. Like I can't even like if player newer games like at high textures, just forget about it.
Yeah.
The consoles have like 12 gigs of VRAM, the PS5 and the Series X. So even though they have more, the 3070 has more power. It's just that VRAM just handicaps it, so it
Yeah,
makes it
no,
kind
it's
of
hard to
obsolete.
play at high resolution and shit.
Yeah, so I'm just like whatever. I mean, DLSS 4 is nice because now you can play it like balance or performance mode, and it'll look almost similar to quality mode now. But nah, I already invested a lot on the consoles these last couple of years, so I'm gonna ride it out. I'm gonna
Got
ride
it.
out the Xbox.
Write it out with Xbox, man.
Yeah,
I
I
hope
mean
they
they held me
don't.
down.
Yeah, I hope they don't just like die and quit supporting all their shit.
Oh,
Um,
that I didn't even think about that. That would suck really bad.
yeah. I don't think they'll like totally cut
I
support, but
don't.
like, man,
No, they. I mean, I think this last Xbox will be the last one, and then they'll probably cut support, and you'll be stuck with what you have, that you have, and then everything else will be on. Because a lot of their games are, cross purchase where you buy it on Xbox, it'll be on
yeah,
PC.
yeah, yeah.
So
That might be what they do. Just go play. If you bought it on our console,
yeah,
but that doesn't work for physical games. That sucks.
yeah, that's something that
Um,
does suck.
yeah, I guess you're just gonna have to keep your Xbox around. Well, I think that we're gonna wrap it up. It went now about 3 hours, so
Damn.
little off-topic conversation for you. Thanks so much for checking us out. If you made it this far, leave a like, leave a comment, hit all the buttons. You know the deal. Hope you enjoyed, and we will see you guys next time.